holster. It's odd that someone would leave the holster behind too. Is there some reason in particular they may have? Is it like engraved to you or something?
No, it's a We the People holster. It just...
Is that a brand?
Yeah. Okay. It's a We the People holster. It sits when I did have it. I used to keep it, like I carry my SIG P320. I carry that off duty everywhere. But that sits on the passenger side, inside the seat. You know, so what I was thinking.
Oh, like in that little.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wonder if they grabbed it, and it's easy. It's light retention, you know. Just,
okay. So they may have just pulled it and come out.
I have no clue. But all I know, that's how I saw it. I looked down, the holster was sitting on the floor.
So this is the only part of his story that actually makes sense. It's a lie because he murdered Susana either by choking her or shooting her in the woods or something. But this is the gun that was left at the scene. And the holster to that gun was found on the floorboard of Miles's car. When Miles reported the gun stolen the morning after he murdered Susana, he told the police officers, I came out to my truck and I noticed that the holster was on the floorboard of the car and the gun was missing. And my wallet was missing. Interesting that he said his wallet was missing because later they found that that very same day after he reported his wallet missing, he used like a gym card to get into his gym. He used his driver's license somewhere. He used one of his credit cards somewhere. So that was easily proven a lie that his wallet was stolen. And at the end of the video, we'll get to how they arrested him at the end of this without having the murder evidence finalized, but they were able to arrest him based on that false report of that wallet being stolen. It's reasonable to believe he's telling the truth at this point because he's claiming that I've got this little like sheath holster. It's not like a retention holster. It's one that you would tuck inside your pants and just keeps the gun from moving around, but you can pull the gun right out of it. He would tuck this gun down between the passenger seat and the console of his truck so that it was easy access for him to get to. If someone broke into that car, presumably, and saw that gun sticking up out between the seat and the console and just grabbed the gun, the holster would be left behind. Now, it wouldn't necessarily be on the floorboard, but if it came out, maybe they pulled it on. This is the only reasonable part of his story that you're going to hear tonight.
On the passenger side floorboard, I was like, red flags right to that.
Did when you were riding around, did you drive over to like your family's house that lives in? You said Athens or something.
Athens.
Or did you just ride around Norcross?
I don't know. That night.
When you just ride around, is it common for you to leave Norcross? I mean, I would think you would just drive around.
Yeah, I leave right around. I go to Atlanta, everywhere. I'm not sure.
I mean, you remember fighting with your girlfriend that night in QT and stuff. Do you remember when over?
Which QT did you end up at?
When I met with my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Was the one right there off Indian Trail.
Okay, right there, Indian Trail in Beaver Road?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Did you go, just to confirm it, I'm just trying, you didn't go over where her body was found that night, right? To like in the woods or anything? Okay. All right.
I don't know where her body was found.
Off 316.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't even give you an address. I got coordinates. That's the only way I can get to it.
Yeah, no, I just drove around. I don't know where I went. I just drove around. I remember that night that we argued, I drove everywhere. I drove absolutely everywhere.
Okay. And you said you never keep your work phone on you?
No, not really.
Do you let anyone borrow it?
No.
What about your regular phone? What service do you have?
Metro by T-Mobile.
Okay.
No, not Metro, sorry. Xfinity Mobile.
Xfinity Mobile.
I was looking at T-Mobile.
Okay.
How is Xfinity Mobile?
Yeah,
it's terrible. Is it? Did they used to be Verizon? Because Xfinity Verizon used to be like a
I think so. I'm not sure.
And then now I see like Xfinity Mobile.
You're fine.
I just don't see it being reliable.
Yeah.
I just hate that. Like I hate like sitting like it gives me headaches. That's why I'm kind of leaning over. Okay.
God, man, that girl.
All right.
Found my gun out there.
Yeah. And you said you've never seen her? Are you familiar with her at all? I'm just trying to think.
That's about the fourth or fifth time these detectives, in addition to the other detectives, have asked Miles, and you've never seen her? Because they know. Because they've already talked to the people that were Susana's friends who, when shown a picture of Miles Bryant, said, oh, yeah, that's the guy that that patrols the apartment complex, and he once pulled up on us and said, "Hey, I'll get you beer, I'll get you weed if you party with me," or whatever. So, and Susana was with him at the time. So Miles keeps trying to distance himself and dig in that he's never seen her before, doesn't know who she is or whatever. She was such a frequent visitor to her friends at this apartment complex. That's just another unbelievable lie that he hasn't thought through. If you patrol and walk around and run around your apartment complex as much as you say you do, Miles, surely you would have seen this girl. And it's not a crime to have seen this girl before, but he's trying to maintain maximum distance from everything. I've never driven by those woods. I've never been in those woods. I've never seen this girl before. Everything is maximum distance, which is probably the wrong tactic he should be taking right now.
All right, so that night, did you go up 316 at all?
Where did I drive? I don't know. Where did I drive that night? I know I went somewhere because I came back, but where did I go?
What's in your pocket? You got chips?
Yeah, I was on the way to my girlfriend's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we broke up.
You're fine. Yeah. I get it. You ain't got to explain it to me.
Yeah, where I went, man.
You didn't go in the woodline contemplating life or anything, did you?
I'm not contemplating life.
I'm just joking with you. I'm making jokes. That's a creepy ass place to walk to.
I drove everywhere. I'm not sure where I drove. I'm able to go in that officer. If it's the same night, I'm able to go in that officer at QT. I try to see what QT was. I just remember, man, what was it, like a lieutenant?
So you typically are shift. We got one lieutenant and two sergeants.
I just remember somebody was rank. I was like, hey man, I was actually walking into the QT, and I was like, hey man, every time I say when I talk to him, I say something about, so and so, whatever, and it wasn't QT near me though. I don't know where it was. It wasn't QT near me.
It wasn't QT near you?
No.
Do you remember the guy's name?
I don't. It was like a heavy-set white lieutenant. That's all I remember. Mm-hmm. I talked to him for like maybe 5 seconds.
I think you told the officer that day that you talked to someone on Indian Trail, the Quichua Indian Trail.
Yeah, I talked to
So when you were making the report, you said, I talked to one of your sergeants last night at the Quichua Indian Trail. So basically that would mean you weren't in 316, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I went to that. It was the same night my girlfriend's argument. I remember we met up because I sat on pastor. I did a report.
Okay. What was the report for?
It was an accident. I think it was 41.
You got that overtime.
You got a lot of 41s Norville.
Yeah, no, it wasn't overtime. It was a late report that needed to be done.
Okay, so you just went to a parking lot driving around and then doing reports?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just driving around. I don't know where. You say 316, man.
So that could have been
316. No, I wasn't. I know for a fact that wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've never parked in a parking lot over there before.
Probably smart.
Yeah, I wouldn't sit over there and do a report. Not even working.
God. I don't know where. I know I talked to a dude from Gwinnett.
White or black guy?
White.
The nicest quick trip around there is that new big one. Was it Oak Brook or Brook Hollow?
Brook Hollow.
And Jimmy Carter.
Oh, yeah, that's the one on North Side.
Yeah, that's the big, nice quick trip over there.
Brook Hollow. Indian Trail?
And, Jimmy Carter. There's that really big quick trip on the corner. Mm-hmm. That's a really nice one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's on the city.
Is it on the city?
Yeah, it's on the city.
I didn't know. I mean, you said you stopped. That'd be another quick trip.
Yeah, no. So I know when I got back and then I was with my girlfriend and stuff like that. We talked and stuff like that, reports.
What kind of car does your girlfriend drive?
Honda CRV.
Oh, that's the SUV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, small. Good gas mileage?
I guess I'm really driving.
Well, better than your truck. Yeah. I got a similar truck to you, and it's terrible gas mileage.
Okay.
But yeah, that night, yeah, I remember a little bit. Yeah, that night. Yeah, before that, man, I was with my girlfriend, actually. Mm-hmm. That night, I was riding around, I don't know what night it is, if this night particularly.
It's the night before you made the report with us. That should be memorable.
Yeah, I was trying to think about it.
Did you hear him with the actually again? So he's been kind of left to think for a few minutes. You know, they keep peppering him. You know, what did you do that night? Where did you go? What were your actions and stuff like that? So he in his mind, he's trying to come up with something that makes sense. So now he's done another actually, and now he's going to come up with this story.
I don't call this live, but I can tell you what I did when I made the report.
I remember, oh God, I remember that part. She tried to chase me. My girlfriend tried to chase me with her car.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I was driving around. I was driving, and I remember I was driving, and I was still in our area. I remember I was driving. She tried to chase me. Yeah, she tried to chase me. She tried to chase me with her car.
So y'all stayed in the area?
Yeah, me and her stayed in the area. I remember she chased me. Yeah,
like the Jerry Springer episode.
I don't know if this will help, but she chased me into an apartment complex. The one that's over by where I live.
Mm-hmm.
She chased me in there.
Okay, so not Windscape, but another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
She chased me into the apartment complex. I think it's across. If you go out our front entrance, it's across the street.
On the main entrance, not the exit?
Off Indian Trail?
No, it's in the main entrance.
Oh, the main entrance. So the exit entrance is on Singleton, and there's also an entrance on Indian Trail.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to.
I'm not sure. I think it's the main entrance.
Okay.
Yeah, but she chased me into there. I remember her car was behind me. I had bagged up. She thinks I'm sleeping with a girl over there. The whole time I saw her, I was trying to get away from her. So I bagged up everything. She literally blocked my car in, put the headlights, seat through my truck, got out, and was like, "Oh, what girl?" It was just because she saw it in the truck. It was just me in the truck, and she talking about, "Who girl? You're sleeping with her?" Huh?
Did you have a girl in there?
In the truck? No, I don't know nobody over there. I was literally getting away from her.
Oh, so you don't have a girl that's over there?
No.
Where's the Florida girl live?
Oh, she lives on App.
So this is really interesting. So the night Susana Morales goes missing and he's out driving around his truck, at some point that night, around the time of the abduction, his ex-girlfriend rolls up on him and Miles says, "Is chasing me." Why are you running from your ex-girlfriend who just rolled up on you as you're just driving around by yourself? Why are you running from her in your truck? Why are you referring to this as a chase into another apartment complex? And then why are you backing up into a parking spot? And let's see what else he says.
Backwards. I'll still. Sorry.
Okay.
You're from here, aren't you? You're from that area a little bit?
Yeah.
You know some people.
Yeah. I'm not really.
Do you know where, Susana didn't live in your complex, but do you know kind of where she lived?
From what I've seen, she lived nearby.
Like where?
I have no clue. It said she was walking home, and I don't know. They said she was nearby, so I guess it'd be in the area. I don't think she lived in that apartment complex though.
Mm-hmm.
Rewind and replay that. That will be used in trial, and that's a key piece of evidence. When the detective asks Miles, "Do you know where she lived?" They said that she lived over here, and then they said that this. He starts both sentences with she said, and quickly corrects himself to they said. That's Freudian slip. He slipped up. He just admitted to talking to her. Part of the conversation, either when she first got in the truck or at some point in the truck, was, "Where do you live?" He probably was offering her a ride home or something like that to lure her into the truck. "Hey, I've seen you around. I'm the courtesy officer here. You need a ride home." That's probably how he got her in the truck. And she told him where she lived. And he just said, she said. Slip up, Miles.
I don't think she lived in America.
All right. I know she lived over there somewhere. I just can't remember.
Yeah, but I remember driving around at night, getting chased by my girlfriend. She blocking my car and almost hitting her car.
After y'all went out somewhere?
No, this is while I guess got me doing patrols on video or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess while I was doing a patrol, she came in, blocked my. Oh man, what time was this? We're in. What time is? I don't know what time it was, but
it was dark outside.
Yeah, it was dark outside. Yeah, she pulled up.
It had been dark a while.
Yes, I think so. It was dark, and I think I did patrol that night. I think that's the same night I was talking about. But because I remember I grabbed, because I remember it had to be, it had to be after my gun stuff because I remember I had my SIG. My SIG. So yeah, I bagged in and tried to see. I turned off my light, see if she ride by and not see me stuff like that. She knows my truck.
Y'all are crazy.
So she literally like pulled her car up to mine, turned her brights on. Guess to see anybody in the truck, you can see right through the truck.
That's just on you.
Yeah.
So I know you heard about it. Did you research it at all? Because we sent out bolos, which I probably got.
I haven't seen any bolos from y'all, stuff like that, but I just seen the news.
Okay, you didn't look up it at all? You didn't look it up at all? The case status or anything? I know, you live in the area, so I would want to know, I use social media for everything, so I would have looked on social media, tried to get something, because, you live in the area, you might know what to look for. So that's what I mean, did you look?
Like on my work computer?
No, or your personal phone, social media, anything?
So missing girls, stuff like that, I saw that, but...
Okay, you saw it on what?
Just Google.
Okay, on your phone, your internet, your computer?
So the reason these questions are important is they already have his phone records, and they know that the next day and over the last several months, he has regularly looked up information about this murder. And before she was found, he was looking up things like unsolved murders in Gwinnett County or whatever. Before it was even declared a murder, when she was still a missing person, he was looking up information about murders and murders of teenage girls and stuff like that in Gwinnett County to try and find news stories, which is very telling. So not only is he lying here, but his searches also indicate such a level of knowledge and guilt of the crime.
Just my phone, and I think on my work laptop, because I remember I was at work when it first came out, she was found stuff like that, and I was on the phone with my girlfriend. I was like, babe, you know that girl was found stuff like that? She was like, she started to email.
You're fine.
She was like, yeah, da-da-da. So my son was like, yeah, they found her, da-da-da. And I went back to work. I was dealing with a stabbing then. Oof. That's the main part of that night I remember is getting blocked in by her. Then she got out, she hit if you look at my passenger side window, she did that because she got out and she saw nobody was in there. She was like, who's in the truck? Like, no, I rolled down my window. Like, nobody's in the truck. She was like, well, excuse me, lady. She was like, who you fucking, da-da-da. I was like, nobody. And she was like, yeah, you are there. She broke my window. Yeah. But it broke. It was already technically broken because that was when I was housing company with mine.
So let's recap. So when Miles was first asked about that night, he had this amnesia where he didn't remember much. He just remembered kind of just driving around, and I was patrolling a little bit, and then I just was driving around, and we were talking on the phone, and I was driving around. I went to a QT and did this report. And then he prefaced it with an actually. And then he's like, actually, I do remember now. And it's this crazy story from the fourth dimension about my girlfriend pulls in and blocks me in. And then there's a car chase and I back into this thing. And then she comes running up and she blocks me in again. And she's got her lights in the car. And she's like, who's in that car? Who's in that car with you? What girl you got in that car with you? And she breaks my mirror. And then I have to take off again. I don't know. Maybe this is just a regular Wednesday night in Miles Bryant's life and they all kind of just blur together. But if I had something insane like that happen in my life, that would be a core memory that I wouldn't just suddenly remember.
Girl, but she smashed it even more, stuff like that.
Your window shattered?
No, the mirror.
Oh, the mirror.
The side mirror. Yeah.
Ouch.
So I got.
She gonna replace that?
I don't know.
She's not.
So I put it in drive.
He shouldn't have cheated on her.
She shouldn't cheat on her.
Yeah. So I put it in drive, and she was just chasing me after that.
Okay. And then y'all just played chase the boo until y'all went home?
No.
Who went home first?
I don't know, but I know I lost her, and I just drove around. And then I remember I went to a QT. It wasn't that QT. I drove around. Yeah. Where did I drive to? I went toward... God, this sounds bad. It sounds terrible. I know this sounds bad. I probably went up Lawrenceville area because I remember being on the exit going that way trying to lose her.
Lawrenceville, like where?
Like up 85?
Yeah, I went up. Basically, get off my exit and went up 85 because it's like,
So, well, those of you not familiar with the roads in the area, 85, 316, and all the towns and stuff like that, what he just admitted was, and he prefaced it with oh God, this is going to sound bad. It's going to sound real bad, but yeah, I drove up there being where her body was found. So again, Miles expects these detectives to believe that his amnesia is clearing and he's just now happening to remember that, oh man, I was right. That night, I was right in the same exact spot where that girl's body was dumped that night. No, you would remember that the day they find the body. The day they find the body, you would think to yourself, oh my God, that's where I was that night. It wouldn't just occur to you an hour and 15 minutes into this interview. And that Miles thinks that they're believing all of these actuallys and the slow unveiling and clearing of this amnesia. He's trying to trickle out explanations of all of these coincidences in the evidence, and the trickle effect is not working. It's actually damning.
You went up 85 to, Lawrenceville's pretty big, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
So I went up 80. I remember going up 85 because I kept looking back, and it's a gas station. Where's the gas station? No, it's a racetrack right there, and there's a gas station across the street.
Beaver Run.
Yeah.
85 Beaver Run?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Was it that quick trip? Because there's a quick, if you keep on going down Beaver Run.
No, it's not that one. No, I got on the highway, and I hauled ass up there.
To Beaver Run?
No, past Beaver Run.
Past Beaver Run?
Going up towards Lawrenceville. I think, that sounds bad. It is over about 316.
I mean, you're saying that's bad. I mean, Lawrenceville's big. You're saying that's bad. You mean the area where...
Yeah, because, I'm going to be honest, I'm police officer, okay? So my gun was found in that area, technically was in that area, stuff like that, So,
I mean...
It sounds bad, but
I don't think you got anything to hide. I think you're a good person. I mean, you're a police officer. Nobody wants to be a police officer that's shitty. You know what I mean?
Some people out there.
What did draw you to it?
What
drew you to law enforcement? What drew you to
I
law
wanted to do it since I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah. Since I was a kid.
What do you enjoy about it?
Just being able to help people,
Mm-hmm.
Being able to help people, like, I tell people all the time, it's like, when you have nobody else to call, you call us, and I can help you. I love that.
Yeah. So I love it, and I can relate to you on that because I feel like I haven't always been a cop. I kind of grew up in some weird environments. I know that I feel like for me, it allowed me to interact with people that may appear to be bad people, but are just having a hard time. So like I can try to help them out to get back on their feet and stuff like that. I think that I get that kind of vibe from you. What do you think? You don't think so?
I do. It sounds like, a perk, like, hey, well, like,
no, I'm just trying to...
I know disrespect. I really get, I say perk vibes. It's like suspect vibes and that.
Why?
So after she said that, Miles is quick to say, oh, I'm getting perp vibes off you now. Talking to me like that, I'm getting perp vibes. Because she just said, she didn't mean it the way he took it. And I'll admit, the first time I heard it, I thought maybe she meant it that way. She talks about how she's likes being a police officer because she gets to help people who've made mistakes and bad decisions and broken the law, but maybe were just in a tough situation or a tough time when they did it, but they're good people. And then she says, and I'm getting that vibe from you. What she meant was, I'm getting the vibe that you wanted to be a cop for the same reason, but he took it as, I'm getting the vibe that you're a good person who made a mistake and did something bad. That's why he was starting to feel like a perp there. He just took it the wrong way, but it was an interesting little exchange there.
The way y'all talking.
We're just talking.
I know.
Okay.
But
well, I appreciate you telling me that. So you were probably up on 316.
Probably. I'm not sure. I was a cute. That's
a long ass drive.
Oh, I was driving for a minute. I was
trying to think of the quick trips.
I remember I talked to a Gwinnett County quick trip, but not by mine.
Was it the one, there's one off 316 at Winder Highway near the bowling alley?
I don't know. It might be that one.
Like you would have had it from 316, you would have to take a left, and then it's like right there, another left?
I think so. That might be the one. I think that is the one. That might be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, me and my girlfriend, like...
It's not the one by the jail though, is it?
No, I know that one.
Yeah, it's not that one. Do you think it was closer or further than that one?
It might have been. It might have been further. I don't know. I remember I just drive when I get mad. When me and her get into it, especially after that car incident and stuff like that, her blocking my whole car in and stuff like that, coming up to my window, hitting it, all type of stuff.
I'm gonna just. So the pictures that went out about Susana, it's like this picture. Mm-hmm. She didn't look like that. So I just want to make sure. This is kind of what she looked like that night. She has like curly.
Mm-hmm. I really see her. Oh.
I mean, it's a bright tank top. You didn't see her walking around, maybe?
Not enough to notice.
Okay. I mean, she's a pretty girl. I don't even roll like that.
That's just disgusting. I don't know if you guys caught that. She says she shows him a picture of what she looked like the night she disappeared, because she'd obviously posted some stuff on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever right before she disappeared. And the detective says to Miles, I mean, she's a really pretty girl. And he goes, I don't know about that. Not only did he prey on this young girl and sexually assault her and murder her because he clearly found her to be attractive, and she was a pretty girl. But now he's just going to be like, I don't know about that. He's a monster. I hate him.
My girlfriend right here.
Look. All right. So you already said like you possibly up there. Your gun was found there.
Yeah. You
know how this goes. We have to do like this, that, and the third to do everything. Which we did. We got our due diligence because I was like, hey, I knew that you were a cop. I'm not dumb. I've been doing this for a little while. Right. I was like, let me just do my due diligence. So I did get your phone records. Mm-hmm. So I knew you were already up there. Mm-hmm. Kind of like right there in that area too. Mm-hmm. So you were there for a little while, but it's like in an area that there's not much places to park in. Mm-hmm. So I need you to think real hard, like where you may have been.
I just drove and then I remember talking to her on the phone.
Yeah, well, you were stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were stopped for a little while, but it's on 316, so there's nowhere to really park.
So those of you familiar with the Reed technique, which we discussed in the last video with Colonel Russell Williams, she's doing Reed here. So up until this point, it's been non-confrontational. You're not a suspect. You're not a perp. Come on, help me out. Help me be the cop that helped solve the Susana Morales case, and I need your help, and all that. And when she informed him that I did my due diligence, I knew you were up there, and now saying, there's nowhere to park up there. There's no reason for you to be there. And just so you guys know, this is a wooded area, just a naturally wooded area. It's not a park. It's not a preserve. It's just a densely wooded area on the side of the road in Georgia. And there's a little grassy area on the shoulder that he pulled off on, where the trees run to a ditch that runs next to the street almost the whole way. But where he pulled off, there's just a little bit of a grassy shoulder there that you can pull off. And that's where he pulled off and dragged her into these woods. Not a park. There's absolutely no reason to be parked there. There's no reason to be sitting there. This isn't a common area where he could say, I was just there chilling out. No. And she is now into confrontation, positive confrontation mode, if you remember from last week's episode, where she's basically saying, I know the answers to these questions. I know you're lying. I know you're not telling the truth. And here we go.
Unless you pull up on the side of the road. Did you pull up on the side of the road?
I don't remember. If I did, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yep. I remember stopping and
like on 316 in the dark area where there's like no little.
I don't think it was dark. I remember. I guess no traffic.
And right there is why Reed works. She didn't say, did you pull off to the side of the road? Did you pull up and park there for a while? Because he would just keep saying, no, no, no. When he was asked if he was in that area or was by that area earlier by the other detectives, he said no. She said, and this is how Reed works, I know you were up there. I've got your phone records. You were up there for a little while. I know you were parked up there. Tell me why you were parked up there. And he has no choice but to admit, yes, I was there. Yes, I stopped there. Yes, I parked there. She's not giving him a chance to say no because she's not asking him. She's telling him she knows.
Like, so it's dark, stuff like that. But man, I was on the phone with my girl. I talked. Did you see the phone right when I talked to her?
I saw 2 phone calls.
Yeah. So I talked to her and stuff like that, and that's it. And then I went to QT, and she was like, "You want to meet?" Stuff like that. I was like, "Yeah."
Okay. Miles.
Yes.
This is where we're at, okay? And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Your phone records are there. You made 2 phone calls 3 hours after she's last seen on camera. And your gun is found right there as well with your phone, where those 2 phone calls are placed. Help me out.
So, I understand where this is coming from.
No, I'm saying, I know you do. Just help me out a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know what you're thinking, but no.
What would you think?
You think that's something to do?
No, I said, what would you think?
Oh no, I get that part, but now I'm starting to be like, whoa, I get that. That's almost like, hey, stuff like that. But no, I never been like that, I would never do something like that. I was actually on the phone with her, 2 phones, her and my side chick, like that, and I'm talking to them about stuff. That's it.
What's your side chick's name?
Oh yeah.
That tells you all you need to know about Miles Bryant. Shortly after he murders this juvenile girl that he picks up on the street, sexually assaults her, murders, he's juggling talking between his girlfriend and his side chick. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, that's the one that lives.
Austell area.
You getting chased around by your girlfriend and then call your side chick to decompress.
Yeah, and then I talked to my girlfriend and stuff like that.
So the phone records put you literally right there, and it's not your personal phone. You call her on your work phone.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
I think my personal phone was dead.
Okay.
But I have both their numbers. I just need to calm down.
It shows you in the woods.
In the woods? I never left my shirt. I don't think I was in the woods.
So I don't know if you guys caught all that. That's interesting. She didn't say his personal phone. They tracked his personal phone into the woods. They said, you used your work. We tracked your work phone. So he has a work phone and cell phone. We tracked your work phone to the woods, and you called your girlfriend and your side chick on your work phone. How come? And he says, oh, I think my regular cell phone was dead. I'll bet it wasn't. I'll bet he was semi-smart enough, because he was smart enough to grab Susana Morales' phone and throw it out the window right when he abducted her so it couldn't be tracked. I'll bet he was smart enough to turn off his own cell phone, knowing that it could be tracked and it could be pinged and all that stuff later. But he must have forgotten that he had his work phone on, or maybe he thought they won't know I have a work phone. If anybody ever investigates us or I'm a suspect, it'll be another department and they won't be aware that I have a work phone. So he probably thought his work phone was the equivalent of a burner phone at that point and didn't bother to take precautions with that one. So interesting. Another slip up. Like I said, we don't catch the smart ones.
DNA, whatever.
We've done that. Soldier to soldier, cop to cop.
Yeah.
I told you I've looked into Susana.
Yeah.
I know what kind of friend she had. I know what she did, and I know how she was. Basically, we know you were there, but we need to figure out why and what happened. I don't think you're a bad guy. I don't. You weren't brought up here in handcuffs or anything.
Yeah, no.
So, and I have your back. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're like family. You know what I'm saying? We're all family here. I got to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
Because there's no arguing. If you were there, if you weren't, we know you were.
Right.
So we have to, I know that it was more than you were talking to your girlfriend. There was movement around there, so that's what we have to cover right now, okay? Tell me what happened, please.
It's a great read. Hey, we're past saying you weren't there, Miles. We know you were there. That's where we're at right now. We know you were there, and you need to tell us why, and you need to tell us what happened. And then she's obviously throwing in all the, hey, we're military buddies, we're cop buddies, we're battle buddies, all that stuff. It's good technique, good tactic here.
I don't know. I literally was with my girlfriend, on the phone with my girlfriend, and that's it. I think I was on Instagram.
I mean, it can't just. Are you saying it's just a mere coincidence that you end up in the woods, the same place Susana ended up?
Her body was found there, dude.
I got punched.
Your gun is found walking distance.
This is the time to be 100% honest.
I'm being 100%.
Did she try to rob you? You did say, listen, just hear me out, okay?
Okay, so what you're going to hear here is the alternate question. Did she try to rob you? So there's two things going on here. There's some minimization, offering him an off-ramp and an excuse and a sort of chance to make an alibi here or reason this out through minimization and the alternate question. Did she rob you? Now, Miles has had months to think about, if this ever comes back to me, what am I going to say? Because what if they find her DNA in my car? If my name comes up in this, they're going to search my car. They're probably going to find her DNA. He knows he left his gun out there already. He should have spent the last 6 months, instead of creeping on other girls and trying to break into their houses, he should have spent those 6 months coming up with an airtight story. The story she's offering right now is, did she try and rob you? And she prefaced that with, hey, look, I know what kind of girl Suzanne was. I know the kind of stuff she was doing. Kind of implying that maybe she's a little bit of like a hood rat or something like that. I don't think there's any indications that she was. But, she's trying to make Miles think that, maybe she wasn't such a nice girl. And here's your excuse, Miles. She tried to rob you, and she took your gun. And you maybe got it away from you, or there was a struggle on the gun, or maybe you had to shoot her because she pulled a gun on you, and then you freaked out and got scared and dumped her body out there. Much like a couple of the other cases we've had, I think the Kenneth Blue one, there's an alibi, there's a story he could tell here that would certainly lessen the charges and explain away a lot of the evidence. But he's still sticking with, wasn't me, wasn't there, don't know what you're talking about. And he's not smart enough to realize that you can't do that anymore. They've got you there. They've got your gun there. And this detective doesn't think for 1 minute that Suzanne tried to rob him or had a drug overdose in his car and Miles got scared. She's just offering up these alternatives because if she can get him to just bite on one of these, it's going to lead to, okay, so now tell me about when you took her to the woods. Tell me about how you dumped her body. Tell me about, and you'll get more out of it, even though it's crap. Those of you that are familiar with the Chris Watts case, that's what the polygraph examiner Tammy did in that one. She offered up the excuse, the defense to Chris Watts of, did Shanann do something to the kids and then you did something to Shanann? And when he confessed, that's what he said. So she got a confession out of him that he killed Shanann, but that Shanann killed the girls. That's all they needed. That little crack opened the door to everything else coming. That's what she's trying to do here. Smart.
When I tell you I got your back, trust me, okay? You said your holster's in the passenger seat because we've been playing this forever. We got this information last week, but we haven't come and run up on you because we're not worried. We don't think, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The holster is in your passenger seat floorboard. Mm-hmm. Did Susana try to take it?
No. I literally never seen her.
Has Susana ever been in your truck?
No. I literally was by myself. You talking to my girlfriend. When she came up to the front of my truck, stuff like that, nobody was in my truck.
She wasn't there with you.
Who?
Your girlfriend wasn't there with you out there on 316.
No, but when she came at the apartment complex stuff, nobody was in my truck.
Mm-hmm. Did she get in your truck with you?
With my girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
No. But I remember rolling my window down and everything.
Miles.
I swear I'm being honest. That is crazy.
Miles.
Now I'm nervous.
We got your phone in the woods 3 hours after. Why were you in the woods?
I wasn't in the woods.
You were in the
I
woods.
was not in the woods.
You were.
Phone pings are very precise.
Do you understand how they work? So one, we got very lucky because there is a tower right there where her body is. So we can get precise locations. It costs a little bit more, but we can get precise locations. Your phone is right there where your gun was dropped. You were in the woods. It's not a question of if you were, if you weren't. You were.
No, I remember being in the woods.
You were in the woods. Is it possible you zoned out?
No, I remember.
You were so mad you forgot, like, walking back there? Because I know when I get mad, I pace around.
Yeah, no.
And I do. You're not helping me out much, man.
I know. I literally, I was on 316. I remember I was on the phone with my girlfriend, stuff like that. But in the woods, no. In the woods, no. I would not do that. Whoa, I'm nervous right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous.
You've been nervous the whole time.
Yeah. Well, since I talked to you outside of your apartment, you've been nervous.
You've been shaking.
Yeah, it's crazy, you know.
Why?
I told you you were coming up here. You know, we wanted your help and everything, and your hands were shaking in my car.
Yeah, because you know you could interview me there instead of here, so I already knew it was something.
Why did you not want detectives involved in your case?
What you mean?
You told the officer you didn't want detectives to look for your lost gun.
So, Miles reported his gun stolen out of his car at 9 o'clock in the morning after he murdered Susana Morales. When the police officers came out and took the report, he ended the conversation with the officers as, "Hey, and just tell your detectives, don't even bother looking for it. Don't even assign a detective to it. It's not that big of a deal." That was their first red flag. And I'm surprised that wasn't raised with Miles' department, or detectives didn't follow up with him and be like, "Hey, why didn't you want us to look into your gun being stolen? That's suspicious." If you're a police officer and you have a gun stolen, you want that thing found like yesterday. So it's kind of interesting. Obviously we know why he didn't want it looked for or looked into, because it was the murder weapon. But what a dumb thing to say.
There are things to do. I know. No, sorry. Well,
That's not a statement people make.
Well, in Dorville, we have our detectives are busy.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, if that's not the case, we're gonna do everything to figure out, to back you on that. All right. Part of that is, let me see. We do have to get your phones, okay?
What?
Because the phone records pinging and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So which ones work? Which ones not?
Work not.
Okay. What's the password to the work phone?
1201.
1201. And then what's the password to this one?
0822.
We've talked about this before. This is good detective work. You don't ask them, "Hey, would you allow me to look into your phone? Would you be willing to give me your password?" If you ask the question, if you're asking for permission, you give them the opportunity to say no. You certainly give them time to think about whether or not they want to, but also it implies you don't have to do this because they're asking you. In your mind, you're going to think, well, if they're asking me, that means I can say no. When you just say, "I need to take your phones, we need to look through your phones, and what's your password?" the natural response is just to give the password. So that's excellent detective work. Not asking permission, but asking for the information that you need and you want to get into those phones.
0822. Do you mind if I check really quick just to double? Because sometimes I change my shit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, bro. All right. We'll try to get it done really quick, okay?
Yeah.
0822. You wrote it down?
Yeah.
God, bro. What?
So what's happening is there's going to be a forensic downloads done on those phones.
Yes.
I know you've never been in detective.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that shows?
No.
You can't delete anything off of them.
Yeah.
Even if you do try, you can physically can delete it, but we're gonna see everything.
All right.
Like everything.
Okay.
So one of the things Miles has to worry about now is what they did find on Miles's phone was they found a whole bunch of pictures and videos of women, let's just say, pleasurably self-serving themselves. And they were able to identify somehow, I'm not sure how, maybe through the metadata on the phone or because they had been texted to him. So I think they were able to find the texts where the pictures were and videos were sent to him and reach out to these women and be like, hey, do you know there's video of you self-pleasuring yourself on this police officer's phone? And every single one of them was like, oh no, hell no, how did that happen? And what Miles was doing is, this is what a creep he is. He would be in uniform, on duty, he would see a pretty girl, and he'd be like, oh, hey, I got to call my station real quick and my phone's dead. Can I borrow your phone? And like most people, they're thinking, oh, here's this police officer. Of course you can use my phone. He would take their phone and he would kind of walk off and shuffle away, sometimes up to a half an hour, which must have been really thrilling for these people that let him use their phone, these women. And he would scroll through their photos and their videos on their photo library, and he would find these videos and photos and text them to himself and then delete the text message chain. So that's how they were able to track down that he was doing this. This dude is such a creep, like creep level expert.
Listen to me. This was the time. There were no other devices out there. Just let me finish. I know you're, yes, because I want you to trust me, okay? There were no other devices out there. None at all. Your device was the only one out there. She went missing. She died there. Your gun is there. Your phone is there, okay? So, this is your moment to talk about it. If shit went wrong and that's not what you wanted, listen, you're not listening to me, okay? This is the moment where you're like, okay, yes, I fucked up this.
If you guys remember, waving off denials, dismissing denials, not accepting any pushback. And that's what she did. He started to say no and shake his head. She just chopped him off at the knees and cut him off. This is another Reed technique. I would bet my entire pension that this woman has been to the Reed interrogation school, probably the two week version, the full class, because she's good at it.
That's not what I'm supposed to do. That's not what was supposed to happen. Her and I were together. I know you're stressed out. I'm not going to go tell Dorva you were smoking weed. So you went out there with her to smoke weed and she had bad weed. You know what I'm saying?
No. I never smoked weed. None. That time, nothing.
Okay.
All right, look back. This is terrible.
He's physically trying to get away from her at this point. She has moved uncomfortably close to him. Her knee is in between his knees. She is damn near on his lap at this point. I'd be uncomfortable if someone was talking to me like this, let alone under these circumstances. I don't want people that close to me. And he's already moved his chair twice. He's got it. If he could push that chair through the wall right now, he would. And now he's back like this because he's got to put some space.
Let me ask you, where does your girlfriend live? You say she moved out. Norcross? Yeah, she lives in Norcross. What's the address?
2109 Shadow Court.
Okay. Would she have gone there while y'all were talking? While you were driving around?
I don't know where she went. I think she was driving around too.
Okay.
Miles, I'm getting frustrated because I feel like you think I'm lying to you.
No, I believe. Really.
Because maybe I am wrong about you. Maybe I'm wrong. You also tried to get into a girl's apartment off Annistown. You didn't? Oh, your phone was just casually there too?
No, I had a dad.
So she's been really nice. And Miles, help us out. And Miles this. And Miles, I think you're a good person. And Miles, a mistake probably happened. Tell me what happened. You can explain it away. I believe in you, Miles. And you're my battle buddy. And we're both cops. And this is a moment in this interrogation where it shifts. She turns on him. She says, look, I know you're a creep. I know you tried to get into another girl's apartment. I know you're a creep. And I don't think you're a good person anymore. I think you're a bad person. And do you want to go down as a bad person? Could just keep it up. This big shift right here.
A whole investigation about that. I was there, but I didn't try to break in her apartment. She lied.
So what was you trying to do?
I was talking to her. Like we was friends. Like
You didn't try to open her door?
me and my sergeant.
You didn't answer my question. You didn't try to open her door?
Yes.
Okay, I know. Why was you hiding your head?
It was raining.
Oh, it was raining. Where was your PC? You was wearing a gray jacket.
Yeah,
that was a violation of six.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly. Because you didn't want anyone to see your hat because it has your name on the back of your head. Okay.
I didn't have.
So what she's saying here, for those of you that don't know, there's video of him at this apartment from the apartment across the hall that had a Ring doorbell or something on it, and it's Miles with a gray hoodie with the hood pulled over, wearing his camouflage National Guard pants, and it was during a weekend that he was at drill. But he had left drill to go stalk this girl and try and walk into her apartment. He's trying the door. And since she's in the military, she knows. She's like, where was your PC? I think that's something about a cap. I think and the caps that they're supposed to wear. In the military, the uniform is very regimented. You have to abide by uniform rules all the time. You don't wear a hat inside. When you're outside, you always have to have a hat on. You have to have the right clothing on, all this stuff. You can't mix and match clothing, stuff like that. You can't wear personal items with your uniform. It's all uniform stuff, has to be worn properly all the time. And she's calling him out. She's saying, I saw the video. You're wearing a gray hoodie covering up yourself. You're got the hoodie covering up your PC because your PC has your name written on the back of it. So she's, yeah. He got the wrong interrogator here, because not only does she know police stuff, but she knows military stuff, and she's calling him out on that and calling him a creep at the same time.
I know, exactly. Because you didn't want people to see your name.
No.
Yeah.
She knew exactly what I was. She knew who I was.
She didn't want you there.
She didn't ever tell me that. She never told me that.
Did she invite you over?
No.
You didn't. So you just show up to this girl's apartment and try to break in. That's how it looks, right?
Yeah.
So casually, you're just the victim in all this. You're just casually being in all these like victim situations where you're just casually in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what you're telling me.
No, my sergeant did a whole investigation.
Miles, you gotta just take a minute, take a breath. You gotta
stop.
stop.
Don't be the suspect in this.
It's okay. Take a breath. Take a deep breath. We need your help. We want to give this family closure.
I understand that.
Your gun's there. Your phone puts you in the woods. What can we give this family?
You're not a bad person, Miles. This is not just an effect on you. This is an effect on all officers everywhere.
I know. I'm not. It's not me. It's not me.
If you were me, what would you do?
I understand that. I don't know.
Tell me. What would you do? Tell me.
Investigate some more stuff like that. I don't know.
Like what?
You did your thing. You did your due diligence. It's not. Nothing to do with that part.
That's interesting. I had nothing to do with that part. That part. It's a murder, Miles. It's not a part. And are you just claiming you had nothing to do with that part of the murder, or what? That's I think it would take a psychologist or a psychiatrist or whatever to investigate, to analyze that statement, figure out what he meant by that. As we always see in good interrogations and good read interrogations, you get to the point that they just got to where there was some yelling back and forth and we need to calm down, all this stuff. And that's always a good time to do a reset. And a best reset is don't say a word and stare at them, because they will inevitably break the silence, because that silence is deafening and they feel the need to fill it with something. But also gives the perp time to think about everything that's going on and what's happened. And the detectives get a chance to show their seriousness by just staring at him. This is good.
You ask my girlfriend when nobody was with me. When she was with me, even before all that shit, nobody was with me.
How do you explain your truck being parked in front of Susana's house a month after she went missing?
What you mean?
So do you guys use Vigilant? You know what Vigilant is?
Mm-hmm.
So it compiles, you got LPR cars?
Yeah.
So it takes every LPR car, and it takes all the LPR cars from like the repo people,
Mm-hmm.
and it puts it into Vigilant, and we can research that.
Mm-hmm.
So doing our due diligence, your truck is sitting outside Susana's house.
Where does she live? I sit outside her house. Where does she live?
So this is more of the slow drip of evidence. They waited about an hour and 15 minutes before they started hitting him with evidence. You know, your gun was at the scene. We have your phone records. We know where you were. We know this is a lie. We know, and this, we know you tried to break into this other girl's house a couple months later. We also know that you were sitting outside of Susana's house for a long period of time, a month after this. This is slow drip. They don't want to bombard him with all this stuff at once. It's too much to take, and he'll just shut down. But just slow dripping it like this is really rich.
Can you show me my truck? I can't.
Sure can. No, I can't. It's dead. Pretty sure I took a picture of it though.
Like just sitting there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where she lives.
It's not a question about if it's you or not, because we already know that.
No.
But listen, it's a question about what happened, okay?
Sitting there. It's not.
It's a question about if you are a cold-blooded killer or if you made a mistake. That's literally where we're at right now. That's where we are. I'm telling you. I'm letting you know. And I just told you what the district attorney's office is probably going to use against you if they pursue anything. How do you think that's going to look?
Bad.
So explain what happened. It's not a question. I know you're involved.
No, I'm not involved. No, I would not do that and say, well, maybe I messed up. No, none of that. Not involved. Not involved. I was into it with my girlfriend that entire night.
Do you black out sometimes when you get angry?
No, not really.
You said not really. What does that mean?
No, I don't black out where I can't remember what I do, stuff like that.
You didn't remember what you did that night?
Well, yeah, it was a while ago, but not like something like that, or, you know, if I killed somebody, I would know that.
Did you kill her?
No.
Were you with her when she died?
No.
Why did you dump her body there?
I didn't dump her body there.
Were you trying to help her and she was already dead when you found her?
No.
I'm trying to get it pulled up for a couple of seconds.
Outside her house. What?
Mm-hmm. Hold on, so the bullshit, you're gonna make my computer die.
Is it on evidence.com?
I
So I can get mine.
I just texted about Poppy has it. He's got the whole PowerPoint, so I just told him to send it to me.
I'm assuming I'm not going home. Why?
We're working on it, I don't know.
I can help you in any way possible, but no.
It's always fine. Just call it up in like 2 seconds. One.
God, bro. What do you...
Imagine how we feel when we...
No, I'm not mad at you.
We find her, we find your gun out there, then your phone's there.
No.
I mean...
No. I'm not...
We want to give closure to our family.
I'm not knocking none of you guys doing it.
They've been stressing for,
I believe it.
what, 8 months, not knowing where the little girl is?
I believe it.
Do you have kids?
No.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, but they don't live with them. I'm adopted.
Okay. How old were you when you got adopted?
I was young. I don't remember it.
Like, you were adopted as an infant?
I think so.
You know,
Got it.
the tag is right here.
Right, but we're inside the...
Santa Ana.
So those, the LPRs, every time I read something, ping location.
Is that inside my neighborhood?
No.
Then what, her neighborhood?
Yes.
Okay, but I was never parked
Outside
inside
her house.
Okay, inside.
Outside.
No, never parked outside anybody's house.
Why would you be in that complex?
What do you mean? If I ride around, turn around, anything, I'll ride around. I'd never be inside.
So it's possible you were out there.
Possibly, I'm everywhere. But I was never parked in front of anybody's house. I don't
A
remember
lot of
that.
coincidences in this case.
What date was that?
That was almost a month after she went missing.
See, no.
We didn't say it was that night. You just had never pinged over there before.
Yeah, no.
You're probably doing what they're doing in report. So you're probably over there doing
No,
report.
what neighborhood, if you tell me what neighborhood it is?
I don't think there's a neighborhood. It's just a street off Singleton.
They know. I don't park in the street to report.
It's a street off of Singleton. It's a subdivision. They have duplexes.
Not me. I don't think I ever parked over there.
Well, we know you did.
But yeah, but I had to be riding through or something. It never been parked.
Just like phone pings don't lie.
No, I never. I want to say inaccurate, but I wasn't nowhere in the woods. Like, I would not lie about that.
But you are.
No.
You are.
It's a bad spot to be in. You're a police officer and you're sitting in an interrogation room and the other two police officers are just calling you a liar. I mean, it's not a good place to be in.
I would not. For one, it's just crazy. The incident itself is crazy. Not in a good way crazy, but bad way crazy. But I got some military police. I will not.
I know. That's why I was hoping you would come in here and do the right thing.
We're not jeopardizing any of that.
She's a baby. Look at her. Poor baby.
Yeah, I'm sure this is a big weight
Look at
down on
her.
you.
Look at her.
Have nothing to do with this, so.
I know, but she's she's tiny. She's a little baby.
Yeah, I know.
How did you get her in your truck?
I didn't put her in my truck. What do you mean?
She get on with me?
She never got in my truck.
Did you offer her a ride back to the apartment complex?
No. No, none of that.
Okay. So you didn't have any information on her, right?
No.
At all?
Not really.
Okay. So when I told you we got your phone records, right?
Yeah.
You know, from June 15th to July 15th to August 15th, there were 67 incoming and outgoing calls from your phone, right? Of those, 3 of those were star 67 calls. 2 of them were made on July 30th, that night. Not the night the incident occurred, but the night of July 30th. Mm-hmm. One was to the first phone number that you just gave me. That one right there. And it was made with the second being ending in 09. So at a moment and then 09. The next number that was placed with star 67 was to Esmeralda. The phone number that was posted everywhere for information.
Oh, right.
The information to give. Why did you call that number on a blocked number?
Oh, because I don't want to have my number.
So what she's talking about here, for those of you that maybe are out of the country and don't understand, or maybe not old enough to know about star 67. So what happened is when they pulled the records, they found that Miles had called 2 weeks after the murder, had called his own cell phone with star 67 before his work cell phone's number. So what he was doing, he was making sure that the star 67 feature, which blocks your number from the receiver, the person receiving the phone call, he wanted to make sure that was working right. So if he called his work phone, he could look and see, okay, it says blocked, or it says unavailable number, whatever. Then he called Susana Morales, the victim's sister, who had set up through the media and through online a tip and information number that you could call with information. He calls that number to talk to Esmeralda, the girl he murdered's sister, to kind of find out what information they have, what leads they had. He's fishing to see if they've got anything. But he does it star 67 because he doesn't want the phone to come back to him. Creep.
But I was trying to see if there was anything inside the neighborhood. Why? That's when I was gun-ho courtesy officer. I really didn't care, but gun-ho courtesy officer. That's her sister, right? I thought it was her sister.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How'd you get that number?
It was posted everywhere. Where? Instagram and everything.
Okay.
Trying to see if it was heard anything or anything, like maybe somebody in the complex or something. Mm-hmm. And that's it.
You didn't call. That's your work phone, right?
So rather than use his special privileges and special access as a courtesy officer in the apartment complex and going door to door and knocking on doors and asking people, what did you see? What do you know? What have you heard? And stopping everybody walking through there and patrolling around there and keeping your eyes and your ears open. And instead of using his access as a police officer into the actual police report and the detectives investigating this case and finding out what's going on, he uses the sister's tip line to try and find out what's going on. That's the angle he's going to use to solve this crime. Unbelievable.
Which one?
That's your work phone that you used to call her?
Yeah. This one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You called a lot of people from that phone. Yeah. But you only called yourself on star 67?
Called myself star 67?
Yeah, you did star 67 678 891 8632.
I did? Probably wasn't thinking.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Probably
because you wanted to test it out, right?
No, I know what star 67 is.
Oh, okay. You don't believe me? I'm going to show you.
No, I believe you. No.
It just doesn't make sense.
Let's go back to the phone call where you called Esmeralda. What was the conversation like?
I remember. I was like, I got this number off a post. Just want any information on what happened and stuff like that. And that's it. She told me your message stuff like it was nothing that I haven't already seen. So I was okay.
Very odd. Have you ever seen cell phone records before?
Yeah. No, well, sort of. Mm-hmm. God.
So it was a pretty long conversation. It was a 6-minute phone call you had with Esmeralda.
Mm-hmm. She was just explaining everything.
Because you just gave me a rundown in like 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah, but no, she was just explaining everything.
What did she explain to you?
If I remember correctly, she was just, everything I seen on the news, she basically just talked it out, though.
Tell me. What's everything you've seen on the news?
She said that she was walking home from a friend's house. On the news, or what she told me? What she told you? She said she was walking home from a friend's house. Something about location.
What location?
Her location. And I can't remember exactly what she told me.
So what he's talking about here is the mother had set up Life 360, which is a tracking app for your kids that have cell phones. Adults use them too, or friend groups use them to monitor where they are you can see where anybody who's in your list of people being tracked, you can see where they are. Anyway, Mom had Life 360 set up on Susana's phone, and that's how they were able to monitor her walking home. And, at a certain speed, it tells you how fast you're moving. And so she's walking home at, 3 miles an hour, whatever. And all of a sudden she gets just past the entrance to Miles' apartment complex. And then all of a sudden she's traveling 40 miles an hour in the opposite direction. And then it was 4 blocks later that her phone registered a crash incident. And then the phone was never heard from again. So that's what they're talking about here. They knew her location because of this Life 360 app. They could go back and track it.
I know I'm mixing what I heard from the news and heard of.
I mean, that's a big deal. Elaborate a little bit for us.
No, she told me she was walking home from a friend's house and location and stuff like that, and the phone crashed or something like that. Mm-hmm. What she said about the phone crashing or something.
What she say about the phone crashing?
I don't know. She said something about a crash. I remember about a crash, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. What was the call talking about? 2014-09?
No, I believe you. I remember. I was leaving. I remember I was about to leave.
Make any other star 67 call and you use that phone for work, right?
Yeah.
You call people regularly for work on that phone?
Sometimes.
Why would you block your number for her and not anybody else? Because technically that's for work.
Yeah,
and then you called yourself.
I don't know about that. I probably did.
Because you wanted to make sure it rang star 67.
No, I know. Sorry, I did that before.
I've never asked. You didn't accidentally call yourself before on your records? That's not a normal thing. Everything is not looking good.
Was that crash report because you threw Susan's phone out the car?
No. What? No.
You know what's going to happen next?
What?
We're going to do a search warrant at your apartment.
Okay.
Search warrants are going to be conducted on your phones. We are going to be taking and impounding not only your truck, but also your patrol vehicle.
Okay.
Search warrants will be done on those. We are going to process the hell out of them.
This is such a good tactic that I've seen in a lot of these videos that I've done so far, and I love it. Not only is it the slow drip of the evidence to get them to thinking about it piece by piece by piece, and then it becomes this mountain of evidence. Rather than just hitting them with the mountain, you just build the mountain stone by stone. It's a great tactic. But also, I love the kind of towards the end of these interview and interrogations, the unleashing of, here's what's going to happen next, Miles. Not right at the end because you still want to give them time to respond to this, but it's towards the end after you've dumped all the evidence. Here's what's going to happen next. We're doing search warrants on everything. We're crawling up your butt with a microscope, and we ain't leaving till we got the evidence we need. So what do you have to say about that? What are we going to find, Miles? I love the tactics of this detective. This is one of the better ones. Everybody out there.
Why would her DNA be in there for any reason? Because they're going to find DNA because DNA lasts forever. It does not go away. There's no way we can get it 6 months later. It's not stale. It's going to be there. Yeah. So give us a reason why it would be in there if you've ever given her a ride or anything. Because I know we're probably going to find it.
Oh.
No? There's no reason why any of her stuff, anything should be there.
Listen to his denials now. About 10 minutes ago, his denials were yelling, raised volume, no, hand waving, saying no multiple times to all of them. His denials now, especially because he knows it's something that he's hit on, this dude's not smart enough to get rid of DNA, but he is smart enough to know what DNA is, and he is smart enough to know that you can't get rid of it. His denials now are, no. Yeah, it's telling.
I'm I'm kind of curious. Why call Esmeralda when you know all these West Side officers? You're a cop yourself. So why would you not just reach out to the agency, the apartment you live in, be like, hey, I'm a courtesy officer here. Like anything I can do to help. Like I can get cameras for it. I can do this. I can do that. Why would you not reach out and do that? Why would you reach out to a teenager?
Okay, I'll take it back. I've only watched this video maybe once, maybe twice. And I'd accuse this guy of being the kind of the Rocky from the Daniel Holtzclaw video. In this one where he's just kind of the third wheel and doesn't really say anything intelligent. I take it back. In the last probably 45 minutes of this, he's asked some pretty intelligent questions. He's offered up some pretty intelligent things to say. And this is a good one. This is a good call out here. Why are you calling a freaking tip line when you have special access as a law enforcement, a courtesy officer? It doesn't make any sense. So this is good. I'll take back everything I might have said about this detective before.
I know she was a teenager. She was an adult. I didn't know who. I just saw the number.
And no, that's not. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's not normal behavior.
No.
If I have a question, I'm gonna call my homeboy that works at. And why you didn't call Soto?
I didn't want to really call West Side guys and be like, hey, information on this or like that, because I wasn't really. It was just a quick thing. Let's see if anything over here. You know, it was really a quick, not over 2-second thought. That's all it was.
You sure wanted to see if anybody saw you pick her up and take her?
I'm positive it was. Absolutely positive.
I'm trying. It kind of sounds familiar. You didn't want to involve West Side officers, just kind of like you didn't want to involve detectives in your missing gun case.
Oh, no, that's just...
You casually went missing the same place you were when you were there the night before when you called your girlfriend after fighting with her. I don't know. Maybe you were a monster.
Oh, hell no.
Prove it wrong. I don't believe you. Right now, that's the only thing I'm thinking of. And that's what everyone else is going to think too. Because right now... something went bad, you gotta talk to us about it. You were involved with her, she's 16. I don't give a fuck what y'all had going on. You talked about all these side pieces you had. Yeah. If you had a side piece with her, cool, just tell us that.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. You ever had sex in your truck?
Yes.
Okay. How many girls?
Maybe 2.
Maybe? What does that mean?
Maybe 2.
Maybe less, maybe more?
Mm-hmm.
Who were the 2?
Justice and...
what's Justice's last name?
I think D.
Like D-A-Y?
Mm-hmm.
What's her birthday?
I don't know.
Okay.
And Avion.
Avion, what's Avion's last name?
Smyer.
Smyer?
Yeah.
Okay. You got their numbers on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. How long ago?
I don't know. Daily thing.
Daily?
Not daily thing, but me and Justice used to meet up and do it.
Where at?
Her apartment complex.
Where she lives?
In Norcross. Out there off,
What a classy dude. He treats all of his side pieces to the luxury of the back of his pickup truck for sex regularly. I don't know what they saw I don't know what these girls saw in this guy.
Peachtree Corners area.
Okay. I thought you just didn't have knew anybody over there.
What you mean?
You said earlier.
Yeah, you said you don't know anybody over there.
Oh, where?
In the area.
No, I went to school over there. I knew her. I knew her from high school. Like she stays over there, but she's also staying at a place out there in Decatur.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't like I know a single person over there, but.
I mean, that's what you said. So.
What you mean?
You said you didn't know anybody over there, so.
Nobody like in my area, i.e. the Indian Trail area. That's the only thing I really think of. I know people. I grew up in Norcross. I know people in Norcross.
Tell me a little bit about the night you went to Snellville, where we have you on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to go into the girl's apartment.
Nothing. I was leaving drill.
She wasn't answering the phone, right?
Who, her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Alicia.
So she wasn't answering the phone, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
No, I was leaving drill, and normally when I leave drill, we'll talk or something like that. And I know she's been arguing with her boyfriend back and forth. It's a boyfriend that has seizures, and they go at it. And I heard she's been on the phone. We've told crazy stories about him and her and stuff like that. And just went and checked on her. Just went check that. Like if you pull the report from my sergeant, wherever they did an IA on it, not an IA, whatever it's called, they did that on it. They investigated and stuff like that. But it was nothing in ill intent at all. Like I thought of her before that incident, of her as like a best friend, a sister, like somebody really, really close to me. Never thought of her sexually, none of that.
Then why would she report you doing that?
I don't. That's what me and my sergeant was having a conversation. I was like, I do not know. That is crazy.
Detective George, when you go visit somebody, what do you do?
Let them know I'm coming.
And when you get to the door?
A knock.
And I remember she said she got her apartment got broken into before. I think that was the reason for the door check.
For you?
Yeah, I'm like her brother, man. Just to me, I'm like her brother.
After she tells you not to come, that she has a boyfriend, and then you're still coming over there.
She has never told me not to come. She has a boyfriend. She has sat in my truck and talked to me about her boyfriend before. There's nothing like that.
So you came and checked her door while you're wearing instead of wearing your cold weather gear or your beanie, you're wearing, or your PC, you put on a jacket to conceal your identity. Make sure you face away from the camera and wear gloves while you pull on her door. I'm just saying it out loud to make sure I got all the facts straight.
No, I didn't. I had on a gray jacket because I was wearing that. I took my top off, and I don't wear that top, so.
Did you get your driver's license and stuff replaced? Because you said your wallet was stolen.
No, I ended up finding that. I called back. I had called back and told them I found my wallet. I had called back until I found my wallet. It was actually in the room. Me and my girl was looking for it for a minute.
Okay. When did you call back?
I don't know. I don't remember.
He didn't call back. So she's calling out him on the lie of, I think at this point, she knows that their plan is we don't have a warrant for his arrest yet on the murder, but we're not letting him leave here. So it's very common in police work that if you've got a suspect that you've just gotten information from, but you need to take that information now, put it in an affidavit, send it to the prosecutor's office, and get a warrant to arrest them. That takes time, but you don't want the suspect to leave or go on the loose because they'll maybe flee or commit more crimes. So you lock them up for whatever you can, even if it's some just BS misdemeanor or something like that. It sounds like they have enough information on this false stolen wallet report that he made, because they did their research or they did the investigation afterwards and found that literally the same day he reported his wallet missing, he was using cards and identification and things out of his wallet, never renewed his driver's license or anything like that. So that's evidence that was a false report. So they're going to arrest him at the end of this on that false police report, which buys them about 2 or 3 days time to get the warrant for the arrest warrant for the murder. So she's just firming up that right now just to make sure that that's all on record and it's straight, and getting his testimony on that.
I remember calling back and saying I found my wallet. Because I remember calling back and he has a debt. It was like, oh, okay, I'll give a tech to call you back. And I remember calling back.
Okay. So, I told you what's about to happen. Anything we should be concerned about?
No.
That we're going to get in the downloads and stuff?
No.
Not necessarily just this case, but anything else?
No, I mean, I take pictures of me and my girl and different girls, stuff like that. But
search history, anything?
No.
Okay. You got anything else?
No. Just really disappointed we can't give some closure to Susana's family.
All right, let's hang out.
Can I use the restroom? That's okay.
Hang out.
Give us a minute.
Hey, like I said, I'm Sergeant Poppy. I'm Carter's supervisor. So, as you can tell, we got a lot of stuff going on here. Trying to figure out why your gun is where we found Susana's body.
So this is interesting. You've got the detective that was sitting across the table back in the room, which I understand that, but the female detective's boss, this is the sergeant of the detective bureau, has come in. It's not uncommon to tag out a detective whose approach or strategy isn't working, or they've reached a brick wall or a dead end. It's interesting to me in this one because I think she was doing really well. She was making progress emotionally and with eliciting a lot of oh, I remember now, or now I recall, or actually, and stuff. And I'm really surprised that she's been tagged out in this one. Let's see how this sergeant does, though.
Okay, why you're making phone calls stationary the night Susana went missing? We're trying to figure out why this is happening. Why? How can this be you? And you're not giving us any reason that.
And why I don't understand it is maybe if this guy had some different tactic or different technique or information that the other detective didn't have and wants to come in and get a shot at it, I get it. But he just comes in with, okay, we know you were there. Your phone shows you were there. I need you to tell me why. That's not a different tactic. That's not a different technique. That's just what she's been doing. But now you're bringing in somebody that he doesn't have a rapport with, and I don't understand this at all. But maybe it turns around. Let's see.
It's not you. Does that make sense to you? So as we continue to go through this, we're just going to keep looking for more and more evidence. And we have other stuff. We have your truck parked in front of her house.
It's not parked upstairs.
Listen.
You told me yourself you cannot deny the photo that was taken by the LPR.
But I was there parked in there.
So you know the way those cameras work.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that. So line up. Just line up the coincidences. Okay. Mm-hmm. What would you think? What would you think? What else can we think? If you can't give us an explanation for it.
Given the facts that we've told you, what would you think if you're in our shoes?
I understand.
So now as we continue to go through, I know you said the truck that was parked out on the road as Susana's walking by is not yours. Honestly, at this point, I can't believe you. And there's ways, and we're about to pull it. We're going to pull your box out of your truck. I don't know if you know the way Burrow works, but it keeps a year's worth of data. So now that we have your truck, we're going to get that too.
So those of you, let me explain that if you don't know. Your vehicle has a black box in it like modern vehicles do, probably in the last 7, 8 years, 9, 10, maybe 10. That records everything, like literally everything. Every time you open your door, every time the dome light goes on, every time you close the door, if you touch a window, if there's anything electric in your car, it keeps a log of that for, according to him, I believe it to be true, a year. And they can go through, and those of you that know the Suzanne Morphew murder case, Barry Morphew, Suzanne Morphew, they were able to track Barry's movements the night that Suzanne disappeared and then over the next several days by all of the door openings and closing and dome light coming on and headlights being turned on and the engine being switched off, the engine being put into drive. The same with Alex Murdaugh, the Alex Murdaugh murders. I know you guys all know that one. Some of the evidence that convicted him was, his story was, I come home and I drive down to the dog kennels and there's everybody murdered. Well, the black box from his vehicle shows a different story, which is all of these doors opening and closing and lights going on and doors opening and closing and all this action going on. So this is a good piece of evidence to hit him with, and this is new information. So, maybe this is going a different direction. Let's see.
Do you drive your truck often?
Yeah.
You drive it a lot, back and forth to drill and stuff? Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of data on there for us to see. We're going to know everywhere you go. Listen, all I know is Susana.
So, for instance, what he just said, what if it shows, the black box shows, that when Miles was, quote, pulled over on the side of the road arguing with his girlfriend on the phone like he said he was, what if the black box data shows that the driver's door was open and then closed? then the passenger door was opened and then closed. How do you explain that, Miles? Why is the passenger door being opened and closed, or the trunk, or whatever else? That would be tough to explain if you're just sitting on the side of the road talking to your girlfriend and never got out of your car. So I don't think Miles is hearing anything at this point. Miles is just he's in full defensive mode. He's not going to say much, I don't think.
Went missing on July 26th. Okay, July 27th at whatever it was, noon or 11 o'clock in the morning, you're reporting your gun stolen. Okay, when you reported your gun stolen, you said you came out in the morning and realized it was stolen. But then you also told us that the night before you went looking for your gun. You told the officer that. So your story didn't even line up in that. It's on body camera. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So your information does not line up even when you reported your gun stolen. So as we continue on, every little tidbit that we found is pointing towards you. And at the end of the day, you can't give us any information on why your gun is there and why you're there for an extended period of time.
In the same spot that her body was found.
Something happened that night. Something happened that night, and we need to know what it is. This poor girl's family. We're giving you this opportunity. Be a man. Tell us what happened.
I did.
Well, what happened? How can I physically and articulate all this stuff that you're not involved?
I don't know. I was by myself the entire night besides when my girlfriend was chasing me.
That's not a good answer. And your girlfriend's going to tell us she was chasing you that night.
Yeah, she remembered.
Okay, so she's going to tell us.
Did she start chasing you because
she hit her own the car?
You had Susan in the car.
No.
And that's when you hit 85 and you went up, you went through 16. Susanna's freaking out that you're driving erratic, your girlfriend's chasing you.
No.
So that's my theory of this case. I believe that Miles freaked out when his girlfriend blocked him in because he had just picked up that girl. The way that Miles and his girlfriend would spy on each other and follow each other and surveil each other, what do you want to bet that Miles picked up Susana and then got caught by his girlfriend and she blocked him in? And then then this chase happened, and he wouldn't let her in the car. He wouldn't talk to her, and he's running from her and fleeing from her. Like, why would you do that? You met up with her at the QT later, so why are you running from her now? It's because he's got this girl in the car, and that's what these detectives think too. And that he finally shook her and lost her, and then took this girl to the woods, sexually assaulted her, murdered her, and then met up with his girlfriend at the QT later.
And something happened.
No.
Unfortunately, I can't believe you. I have to go with what we have here. The last person that was anywhere near her was you. And I don't know how any other way to not say it's you. We've pulled up all your stuff and we've done our research. And there's no way for us to identify this as not being you. And I know you know something. And you're locked up, you're just not telling us. I get it. But the problem is when you have your day in court, you're not going to be able to tell anybody why you were there. Because you can't tell us now. This is it. This is your opportunity. All of a sudden, you can't make up your mind. All of a sudden, when you're in court, you can't come up with a story. Because that ain't going to look right.
Everything we've told you is going to get displayed in front of a judge, in front of a jury. She went missing from the street you live on. The same night that your gun went missing, your gun is found with her body. Your phone puts you in the woods the night she went missing.
For an extended period of time.
This is not a coincidence.
So, fun fact, they were just talking about how this is your opportunity to tell us what happened. We're giving you that opportunity because you won't have another opportunity. And then they say, well, maybe you will. In court, you'll be able to tell a judge or a jury what happened. So fun fact, his defense attorney in defense opening statements in his trial said, you are going to hear from Miles Bryant, and Miles is going to tell you exactly what happened that night. Ooh, cliffhanger. He didn't. He chickened out. He didn't testify. I think at the end of the prosecution case, the defense realized whatever BS story Miles was going to tell just ain't going to fly or ain't going to be believable at this point. The defense didn't even call a single witness, and Miles didn't testify. And of course, he was convicted. But Miles might be thinking right now, oh, I'll have a chance to tell my story later. I don't need to tell these guys. He never did.
Incidents. You need to man up right now, be honest, and give us some closure. Give this family some closure.
I am.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm saying I am. Like, I'm telling the truth. Like,
I just want to comment on what they just said. I don't think the whole man up, be a man thing, I don't think that works. I never used that. You saw the last video, or the 2 videos ago, with the Chief Tim Reed, I think is his name, where the guy's yelling at him, man slap me, I'll man slap you, and just all this tough guy stuff, and challenging the manhood of the suspect. I don't think that works. I think that has the opposite effect, actually. I think you're implying that if they don't do it, they're not a man, and you're kind of calling them less than a man, or minimizing them, or something. I don't know. I don't like it. It never works. Doesn't look good. Doesn't sound good. An approach that I have seen work and that I've used myself, which is this: not be a man, but hey, I know you're human, and I know you're nervous and you're scared right now. And if I was in your shoes, I'd be nervous and scared right now too. Are you? Yeah, I am. Okay, I get that. And I know that because you're nervous and scared, you probably don't want to talk. And you probably don't want to say what's going on. But do you think if you told what happened, or, got that off your chest, that some of that nerves and that anxiety and that scared would start to go away? I think the softer approach might be better than this man up stuff.
do not ignore. Did not do this.
So all this is just coincidence?
I don't know.
Did your girlfriend kill her? Cause
no.
Could your girlfriend see her and then lose her shit and
no.
kill her? Then she'd go like, oh fuck, my girlfriend just killed her. Let me go dump.
They are giving Miles. They are short of saying space aliens came down and used lasers and burned the clothes off of Susana Morales, and then you used a tractor beam that dragged her into the woods, and you just happened to be there. They're giving Miles every bizarro out and off ramp that they can, including now, did your ex-girlfriend kill her and you dump the body? I mean, I think if Miles had latched on to any of these, he probably maybe could have crafted the circumstantial evidence that's pointing at him towards one of these bizarro explanations. But it's great that he just keeps saying no, because every one of these things that he says no to, he can't later say that's the case because he's already denied it. So it's actually good work that they're offering up all these bizarro explanations, because they're locking him into it didn't happen.
His body out in the woods.
No. My girlfriend was with me during that time. She saw me. She saw my truck.
When you say she was with you during that time,
She's in her car. Sorry, she was in her car.
Okay. Where did she see you?
She saw me. She started chasing me when we was on Singleton Road, and she chased me. She blocked my truck in.
That's interesting. I just picked that up for the first time. If you remember earlier in this interview, the detectives told Miles that she lived off of Singleton Road, which is the road that goes behind his apartment complex, I think. And now he just admitted, my girlfriend started chasing me when I was on Singleton Road. So he's putting his car on the road that's right next to Susana Morales' house, and that's when the chase happened. And why is she chasing him? Why isn't he stopping? Because she's in the car.
She was able to see my truck. Nobody was in my truck.
That she could see. And that's just your word. There ain't no person to validate that.
Yeah.
So she blocked you in on Singleton Road.
Not Singleton Road. It's off Singleton Road. What's that? I don't know.
That's fine. Anywhere in that area.
It's just as plausible for you to sit here and say no one else was in your truck as Susan was sitting in the front seat and that's why your girlfriend chased you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't put you near where we found Susana.
Right.
But you can't make sense of that.
What you mean?
You can't make sense of why you were there.
Yeah, I told her I was on the phone with my girlfriend. I was driving. Is that your first time?
Well, that's not it then. Because you were stationary for an extended period of time.
And where this was, it's not normal for someone to just pull off on the side of the road.
You would remember if you did that. And you're not remembering.
Yeah, I was down 316. I was on the phone with my...
Right. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened because you were there for an extended period of time.
Right. But I wasn't... It wasn't for nothing.
I think you dropped your gun and you were freaking out, and then so you started looking for it. And then once you realized you couldn't find it, you gave up and left.
No.
Okay. And then why are we calling the friend Star 67?
Oh, I'm just getting information about the whole incident.
You're a cop, dude.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
You're a cop.
Yeah.
You don't do that. Okay? As a cop, I don't call someone Star 67 unless I'm trying to figure out what they have, what they know. Yes. You are a cop. You understand how this works.
Right.
You don't do that. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in contact with someone. You go through your department. You call our department.
It wasn't.
You don't call some random teenage girl Star 67 to see what they know or what they're going to give you because you know you killed her that night.
No.
So, yes, the evidence is yes.
No, I did not kill her, and it wasn't nothing.
So then did you dump her body there?
No.
Did somebody else kill her?
I don't know. It had to. It wasn't me.
Well, you have some sort of part in it. There's no other way you could have all this on this incident. There's no other way unless you have a part in it.
I have no part in it.
It's impossible.
That's a bold-faced lie.
It's impossible. So you're telling me right here, you think that a jury is going to believe you when your gun is there, when your phone is there, your truck is in front of a house a month later, 3 days after the incident, you're calling her sister to find out what they know? Do you think a jury's going to believe that?
No.
That's a good tactic. I like that. Miles may think, although I don't know why he would think, but he may think that these guys and the other detective are kind of believing his story or whatever, because we're all cops and of course you're going to believe me or, whatever. But when you put it on them, okay, you understand that this is going to go to a jury where 12 of your peers, just street people, not cops, just regular people are, I don't mean street people like street people, I mean like people off the street, people from your community are going to judge you based on this evidence and they're going to apply common sense. You really think they're going to buy this? I like that tactic because it makes them think. It's a different perspective. Okay, Miles is probably thinking, well, I've got these guys believing it, but, is anybody else really going to believe this? Because it stinks.
Especially the jury now.
Yeah.
Jury's 8 cops.
Yeah. The truck incident, was it moving? I don't remember ever stopping and looking at somebody's house.
It was stopped.
Kevin.
It's probably the same thing where, you found the sign of the missing person and you just randomly call her sister to find out what she knows or what she can tell you. And now you just randomly went out and parked in front of her house to see if maybe you could be the superstar who finds her walking down the street and return her home.
No, none of that. No.
Well, then what connection do you have with her address?
Nothing. If it's a neighborhood, I drove around the entire neighborhood. It's not.
Why?
What you mean?
Why would you drive around her neighborhood?
I drive around. I told them I drive around everywhere, but not for her. I was had been just sitting in front of her address.
So here's the thing. Here's the way those LPRs work.
Yeah.
Because it's not from a police car. Police cars, those run all the time.
Right.
The repo people don't turn them on the street. They're going through parking lots, apartment complexes, neighborhoods. They're looking for repo cars. That's where we get most of our data. So you were parked.
I couldn't have been parked.
So just to touch on the whole LPR car thing again, not only are there police cars that are LPR cars, but repo tow trucks will have the LPR system. They're obviously looking for a certain vehicle and a plate to repossess, and they don't have time to just like stop and scan every license plate. So if they fix them to their tow trucks and they drive their tow trucks around town, their tow truck will then get a hit. Oh, the vehicle you're looking for is over here, and then they'll drive over there. That database is shared with the police, much like pawn shop database, serial numbers of items, and anything that's bought and sold at a pawn shop is recorded, and the police have access to that database too, because a lot of stolen goods obviously turn up at pawn shops. So it's kind of a link between public enterprise and the government to provide tracking of vehicles and merchandise and stuff like that. It's a good system.
You said yourself earlier, the data doesn't lie. The data doesn't lie that your phone's there. The data doesn't lie that your gun is there where her body's found. The data doesn't lie your truck is sitting outside of her house. And the DNA sure ain't gonna lie, because that lasts forever.
Yeah. It can't, I could not, that's the one that's frustrating me. Outside her house sitting there, it couldn't.
That flusters you? That's what's frustrating you?
No, I'm just saying that's the part.
Or is that one of the many things that are a coincidence that night?
Is that what you think you weren't gonna get caught on?
No. No. What? Call him. They think I had nothing to do with this.
I'm sorry, man. It's not in now. So, do you have anything else that we can do to help you?
I don't know, man.
So you've been, basically you're telling us you've been framed.
No, I say frank, though.
Okay, so
set this up, you know?
How do we, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
I don't know. I don't know. I cannot lie. I don't know.
So you want us to just move forward with the evidence we have? That puts you in jail today.
I don't know. I have nothing.
You can explain what really happened. That's what you have. That's what, for some reason, you're holding on to that, and I don't know why.
I don't know. I
don't know about y'all, but if I just got accused of a murder I didn't commit, and then the detective said, I have to lock you up today, you're going to jail today, and I knew I was innocent, I wouldn't just be sitting there calmly lean back with my hands in my lap and say, okay. I'd be jumping up, screaming, yelling, pounding on the table. You know, the F you are locking me up. I want a lawyer right now. You ain't locking me up. I didn't do this. No, his denials are so weak, and they've just gotten weaker and weaker as it's gone on. It's telling in and of itself.
No, I have no part of that part.
So, when we interview a suspect in a case, and I don't know, you've been a police officer, what, 2 years? Okay, you just done patrol, just routine contacts with people, so you never actually really interviewed someone. So we read body language, big time. And the body language we're reading from you is that you're 100% guilty, because the stuff you're giving us is just not telling us that you're not guilty.
Understand. I'm not guilty.
You know, I was hoping.
I'm not nervous. I'm fucking.
It has nothing to do with being nervous. Nothing to do. Most of the time, it's, oh, thank God, that ain't me. No, that's not what it was. Not with you. It's totally different. That's why you're still here. Because we were hoping to come in here today and you were going to give us a good reason on why it's not you. And unfortunately, it's gone the other way for you. You just got to man up. You're a military man. You're a police officer. We don't know why you did this to this girl.
I did it. I will not say that.
You said
the only thing now you can do is, explain what happened and maybe show some remorse.
I did not do. I feel bad. That nothing should happen to somebody, but I didn't do that.
Sorry, I don't believe you. I'm just being honest with you. In our jobs, we talk to people, you know, you get a feel for a person, but you haven't dispelled any of the evidence against you. You know, her body was found, you know, with no clothing. Granted, we know she decomposed, but I don't know if you know how when animals attack, you know, dead people, they don't eat the clothing. So her clothes should have been there. So her clothes were not there. So that means she was naked when she was dumped. Now it just looks like a violent murder. And unless we can tell the jury otherwise on what happened, that's what it's going to go to court as.
I'm not trying to get charged with this.
I mean, you were in the woods, literally over her dead body. How do you not see that?
Your gun was right there, dude.
I was out there with her bones and with your gun. Literally just looking, wow, look at that.
We consider ourselves good detectives, but a lot of times we don't find the gun.
Yeah, I can't.
But when the gun is sitting right there, it's right there.
You want to see a picture again? I took a picture when it was sitting in the woods. There it is. Not buried, not thrown, not hidden. Just sitting there with natural pine straw falling on top like you mistakenly dropped it.
You know, and even as we looked into my car got broken into. You know when people go grabbing door handles because you left your truck unlocked, right?
Yeah.
What do? They grab hundreds of door handles.
So that's another good piece of common sense and rationalization and thought process by these detectives. So as a patrol officer and a detective, I know as well, they call it car hopping. So when people, it's usually young people, in the middle of the night, they'll walk down a street where cars are parked on the street or through a parking lot or through a apartment parking complex. And they don't just go to one car and try the door handles and then walk away. They hit multiple cars. I've had to come in the morning before, like at 7 a.m. on road patrol, and that's about the time that people start discovering that their cars got broken into, and the phones are just ringing off the hook at dispatch. And I spend the next 4 hours going from house to house to house, usually one after another down a street, to the tune of 10, 15, 20 cars that somebody has just walked down the sidewalk and they're just trying all the door handles, car hopping, and going into every car that's left open. It's never just one, it's multiples. And what he's telling him here is, hey, Miles, there was one car broken into in the apartment complex that night. And one person just happened to leave their door unlocked and get their car broken into. And guess who it was? You. What a coincidence. No one else reported one. Doesn't happen.
Because how many entering autos happened that night?
Mm-hmm.
Just yours. 0.
So you said yourself earlier, your complex gets hit all the time.
Yeah.
Multiple people. How is it just convenient for you that your truck is the only one that gets broken into in the back of the complex? We're not stopping at any other building along the way. They're going straight to Miles's truck, and that's it. Because that was a false report of a crime.
It was not.
Because you dropped your gun in the woods.
No, I didn't.
I think you were using your weapon light as a flashlight to figure out where you're going to dump her.
No. I have plenty of flashlights. I don't know. I wouldn't even do that. I would not do that. Do I get charged with this?
So yeah, what else are we gonna do?
I'm not trying to go to jail for this. I did not have nothing to do with it. I know how it looks, stuff like that, but that's not me. I would not do that to somebody. That's wrong. I have morals.
Clearly not.
I have morals.
No,
So we
I don't see any.
got you. You're 22. You're trying to open a lady's door. I mean, Is this all a guy with morals and all coincidence?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
the other situation, that's my friend. Like before that date, we had no. You can talk.
we talked to her on the phone. She is not your friend.
Yeah, now she's not. I don't know why. All of a sudden, I don't know if she got in trouble with her boyfriend or not.
Everybody's just out to get you.
No,
Everybody's just out to get Miles.
Even she told my sergeant that we haven't talked in forever, but my sergeant verified that we have. You want to enjoy today?
What do you think? If you had the evidence we had, what would you do?
I understand what you're saying, but I don't.
No, I know you keep saying I understand. If you had the facts that we have, what would you do?
You would think it was me, but I guess I have to tell you it's not.
So we're sitting here, and I came back in here, and I don't normally do this. I'm a supervisor.
Right.
I don't get involved in interviews. But unfortunately, I need something to say you're not involved in this, and you can't provide anything. That's impossible unless you did it.
No.
I know you keep saying no. You can stop saying no. Okay.
So I think I have an understanding of why the sergeant is in here now. It's not necessarily to elicit a confession, though they'd surely love that at this point. I think it's in his own mind as a supervisor. He just wants to make sure before they put cuffs on this cop. I mean, you're putting handcuffs on a police officer. They want to be absolutely sure that, and he wants to catch the vibe personally inside the room and know that his department is doing the right thing. It's probably a good move as a sergeant and a supervisor just to double check, go in and make sure for yourself. But he also might be protecting his detective. He might be doing this so that he can later say if Miles is found to not be the person, they don't want to get hit with a false arrest charge or sued or something like that. But if they do, this sergeant is protecting his detective by saying, hey, I went in there and I'm the one that said we're arresting this guy and it's on me. So either way, good on him. I think this is a good move. It's a supervisor stepping up and taking responsibility and double checking. I like this.
Okay. Provide me with a reason why it's not you.
I wouldn't do anything like that. That night.
Do you know how many people we bring in here that charged with this that said they wouldn't do that? Which, when we found your gun, we were like, oh man, somebody stole this guy's gun and did this. But then the first thing we see are these two other reports. And then your phone's there. And then it just got worse. And then you're sitting out front of her house. And then you're calling her sister from Star 6.
It's like a snowball just started.
These cops just did a great thing here in sort of this throwaway part of this interview of protecting themselves from having what a lot of people call confirmation bias or tunnel vision, or you just lock in on somebody and you don't look at anybody else. They just said, and I believe them because it sounds believable, that when they first saw that the gun that was found out there was reported stolen by him, their first thought was, oh, okay, it's stolen from the same apartment complex where this girl went missing. So surely whoever stole the gun out of Miles's car then used that gun to commit this crime and left the gun at the scene because it's a stolen gun. So just left it at the scene. And I believe that they probably had at least a few hours of open mind that surely it's not a cop. Surely this is just a bad set of circumstances. But like you said, then as soon as they pulled the reports of him stalking these other women, and then they pulled the phone records and his phone's out there and blah, 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 then they, you don't ever lock in 100% on somebody. You always keep a little piece open, but it's good that they put on the record here that at first we didn't think it was you.
I mean, got bigger and bigger, just rolling down the hill.
There's been nothing to say it's not you.
Talk to my girlfriend.
Did you coach?
Huh?
Did you coach her and tell her what to say?
No. Why would I coach her for what?
I don't know.
Gosh, coach her for what? No.
Coach her, hey, the cops come talk to you about this day. Tell them why you don't know nothing. I was alone. I was this, I was that.
I guess people do that, I say. But no, I haven't talked about this at all. Last time I talked about this was, hey, they found her? Yeah. And my girlfriend was like, well.
And how long ago did your girlfriend move out?
Maybe a few days ago.
A few days ago? So around the same time that Susana's found, your girlfriend happens to move out, you don't think that this added stress to you and that you were being maybe more of a dick at home and that's what caused her to move?
I like that he says, a few days ago, Susana's body got discovered. And so maybe that stress was causing you to be, quote, more of a dick at home, implying that he's a dick at home, but this made him even more of a dick at home so that his girlfriend has to move out. That's kind of like a sideways jab. I like this detective.
Move out? No. Because the stress of her body being found and you felt the walls closing in on you?
No, she moved out because I cheated on her. Okay. I'm just going back and forth.
So, Detective Gary that was in here earlier is out with your girlfriend.
Okay.
And she says, absolutely not. She did not chase you that night.
Okay, this is interesting. I wonder if they pulled the other detective out there because the girlfriend showed up at the station. So the sergeant who's been like responding to things on his phone and on his iWatch, which I told you, whenever you see detectives in the interrogation room with their cell phones, don't think that they're, online shopping or catching up on the scores of the baseball games that day or something like that. They're getting fed questions, information, comments, and other things that the detectives may not be seeing in the room or might not know about that's aiding in their investigation and aiding in their interrogation, rather. So he just received a text message from the female detective who's now interviewing Miles's girlfriend and just shared the information with the sergeant. She did not chase him that night. That story is a bunch of bullcrap. So that's useful. These detectives are doing a good job in being in communication with each other and like real time doing these interrogations.
Did not chase me.
That's what
I swear. Tell her to ask about me pulling the apartment complex and blocking my truck in.
That's fine. She said she was there, and then after that was it.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I said after that.
She didn't chase you. You're at the apartment complex. You're nowhere near 316 and a dead body.
No, she didn't chase me to 316. I never said that. No, I never said she was 316.
So you're just down there then dropping Susana off?
No, I wasn't dropping Susana off at all. I was driving. I drove away. Thought she would maybe go to Atlanta.
So when you drive, you just get mad and you drive?
Yes, all the time. Her too.
I know when I'm mad and I drive fast. It just happens. So when you were in the car, what were you doing? Where were you going? Were you driving fast? Were you driving slow? Did you?
I have no clue. I just been driving.
You have no clue.
I don't know how fast or slow I was driving. I remember just driving. Listening to music, driving.
But you have no idea where you wound up.
What you mean?
Do you have any idea where you wound up?
Where I wound up?
When you were driving, did you go back home eventually?
Yeah, eventually. I remember on 316, I drove. I remember talking to my girlfriend, talking to my side girlfriend, and then the QT instead. I remember QT. That's it.
So when you told the officer the next day about your gun being stolen, you were with your girlfriend that night. Are you talking about the one you were running from or your side girlfriend?
Not one I'm running from.
Or Susana.
Okay. So you said you were with her, but you really weren't with her.
Well, technically with her, but we met up with her before, and then we met up after the incident with her chasing me, stuff like that.
What time was that?
I don't know, times.
He almost slipped up there. Did you guys hear it? They're confronting him with the fact that he told the police officer the next day when he reported his wallet stolen that he was with his girlfriend the night before. So they're now saying, well, it doesn't sound like you were with your girlfriend. It sounds like you were doing all this driving around and talking on the phone and being chased, but you weren't with her. And Miles just responded and said, well, I was with her before the incident, and then after the incident, I mean the chasing around and stuff. The incident is him murdering Suzanne. And what he's saying is, I was with my girlfriend before I murdered Suzanne, and then I met her at the QT after. He just slipped up big time. I'll bet when they rewatch this interview, which detectives do, detectives go back and rewatch their interviews 1, 2, 3, 5 times to catch the things that they didn't catch in the room. And I guarantee you they caught that.
You gotta give me something. Because she says nothing about that.
Oh, she was, oh God.
met up? You don't know where you met her?
Well, I met up with my girlfriend after the chasing incident. Yeah, that was a QT off Indian Trail.
Okay. But you don't know when that was?
That was later on. It had to be after I was driving and stuff like that. I bagged in, I sat in the park, did a report, talked to her, then we went home.
Any idea what time that was?
It had to be later on. It had to be later at night.
Like early in the morning, late evening time?
Yeah, it had to be like late at night, early morning time.
I mean, I can't do nothing if we can't pin down.
I remember her, when she was chasing me, when we pulled into the apartment complex, I don't know what time that was. I don't know what time it was. But I remember, man, this is crazy. She was with me. She saw my truck, everything. And she blocked my truck in.
Okay.
Were you already sitting at the apartment complex when she pulled up?
What do you mean?
Like, did she follow you to the apartment complex, or did she roll up and you're parked and she surprised you?
No, I think she followed me. She said she saw me and she followed me, and then I had parked and then she rolled up on me.
Was this one of the meeting spots where you have sex with people in your truck?
No.
Are you sure you weren't there to do that with Susana?
I'm positive.
And then your girlfriend found you and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta get out of here.
I'm positive. My girlfriend blocked me in.
Then how did you ever start driving away?
Because she blocked me in, and then she broke my window and she backed up a little bit, and then I went just like this, skirted out of there. And she chased me around the apartment complex, stuff like that.
I mean, it all sounds good, but it doesn't. There's
nothing to corroborate anything you're saying. So the facts are, Susana went missing, your gun is recovered with her body, and your phone puts you there. Those are undisputable facts. We're not even done yet. We're just scratching the surface. What else do you think we're gonna find?
Nothing. I did not do anything to Susana. I love my job. I love my career. I wouldn't do that if I was working at QT.
Or did you do it because you have this job and you thought you'd get away with it?
No, what? No. That's even more messed up.
So we'll talk about that right now, that question. So what did you think you could get away with or do because you had this job? At the trial, one of Miles Bryant's cellmates at the county jail, which is where you wait while you're pending trial before you go to prison if you're convicted. At the county jail, a cellmate of his for I think maybe like 6-7 months, snitched and reached out to law enforcement, the prosecutors, and then testified at trial that Miles said to him, Miles was asking about what the sentence was for what he was being accused of, how much time he would do in prison. And this guy who was a seasoned criminal and been in and out of prison told him, well, you're probably going to get, it's up to life, but if this is your first crime and if it's not a heinous, circumstances or whatever, you might get less. And Miles's response was, well, this is the only one they've put on me so far. I mean, that's chilling. So out of Miles' own mouth, there's other crimes that he's committed, maybe other murders, because he said this is the only one they've pinned on me so far in talking about his murder case that's pending. It's probably likely that Miles has done this before.
there's not much more we can talk about. I came in here and just kind of got the same information that you did before, but fortunately it doesn't help you out in any way. So you will be arrested today.
I did not do that.
You said it yourself. The evidence we have was not good for you.
I did not do that.
So what the sergeant just said is, Miles said twice, I did not do that. I did not do that. When you're expressing denial for something, you don't use proper untruncated language like that. You say, I didn't do that, man. Or I didn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I couldn't do that. If you say, I could not do that, I did not do that, I would not do that, those are, language experts will tell you this. And this is something you learn and read too. You learn about things people say when they're guilty. Much along the lines of the old, to be honest with you, actually, or if I'm being honest with you, those type of things too. Those are all tells. And the sergeant just called him out. He says, people that are not guilty don't deny it like that.
Most people who say that do not say it laughing. I mean, you literally just smiled when you said, I don't do that.
I did not do that. Like, I'm trying for me, so but I did not do that. I do not want to go to jail for this in a real criminal getaway.
Real criminals not getting away.
No, this is me.
How can it not be you?
How
can it not be you? You need to tell us something. Something happened that night with you and her. I don't care what it is. Tell me something.
Nothing happened between me and her. I don't know her. Nothing happened. I did not do anything to her. I did the bare minimum. I mean, it was me and my girlfriend. That's the only two that had my attention last night. Me and my girlfriend.
Up until, you guys had your fight, and then you moved on, and then you found Susana, obviously.
No.
Saw Susana walking home.
No.
You keep saying no, but that is the evidence that's there. I mean, your truck is parked there on the street as she's walking by.
That's not my truck.
Okay.
That is not my truck. You go to that place, pull that camera. That is not my truck. I've never been in that daycare parking lot or that little grocery
You also
store.
never sat in front of her house, and we know that unless somebody stole your license plate. You report that stolen lately?
No, my license plate was never stolen.
Right. Well, I mean, neither was your gun.
Yes, my gun was stolen.
No, it wasn't.
It was stolen.
Your gun was dropped in the woods.
It wasn't me. My gun was stolen from me.
But nobody stole your cell phone. And that's in the woods too. Same place they're probably using the gun is. So that leads me to believe that your gun's not stolen.
My gun is stolen.
How come on the police report you filled out for your gun, the phone number you gave doesn't work?
What number did they take?
We tried calling it, it didn't work.
I don't know.
What number did you put on the police report?
My regular number, 678-891-8632.
Okay. So is that the only phone number you have?
Yeah.
And then your county's phone?
Yeah.
Okay. It just doesn't explain the other parts of it, though.
I did. I said that person helped me. Did not do that, man. I was with my girlfriend.
But you weren't, because you were in different vehicles.
Different vehicles.
And then you ended up far, far away from where she was.
Tell me what time you went to Quick Trip. Can I go get video?
When I was at the Crip Trip, what you mean?
When were you there with your girlfriend when you met up with her?
He probably had to stop to get a slushie after he dumped Susana's body.
No.
So what time were you there?
That was late night, early morning after that.
Late.
I don't know the time.
So it was late. It was after midnight.
Could have been during that time. I don't ask her. We went to the UT. I bagged in. We was on the pups on that side. We was on the back end. I bagged in. She bagged in next to me. I sat in. I did a 41 report.
So you do 41 reports from your personal car?
Yeah.
Arguing with your girlfriend?
Yeah, it wasn't. I had to get it done anyway, but it was past. I was supposed to do that work, but it was held over.
So you sit in a QG parking lot in your personal vehicle after midnight, after fighting with your girlfriend, and do an accident report?
Yeah, so I had to get it done.
After dumping Susana's body.
I did dump her body, but yeah, my girlfriend was there. She made me there.
Well, I know. I want to go try to get video and see what time you guys are there, but I mean, you know how hard it is to look at video when you got to look at it like an 8-hour span because you can't remember.
No, I don't know, time.
Well, I know what time you were in the woods.
What time was it on 316?
Mm-hmm.
Then go from after that time, because I had to drive and then drive.
So it was after you were in the woods, though?
When I met my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But my girlfriend saw my truck before I even took off. When she pulled up and looked at my truck, it was before I even pulled off. Before 316, I was still in our area.
So you're going to be at the Quick Trip.
That was after.
After the woods. After you were in the woods.
I wasn't in the woods, but after I took my drive.
After your phone was in the woods near your gun and Susana's body, that's when you were at the Quick Trip. Okay.
Did your phone have legs or anything?
No.
You can't get up and walk around?
I'm always curious to see how many of you, if anybody, watches these videos until the end and listens to the end. If you see me right now in a Michael Jackson Beat It jacket, I want you to put your name and email address down in the comments, and I'm going to send you a framed print from my fine arts channel, which I'm going to put the link to over here. If those of you that don't know it, I'm an artist. I have a fine arts channel over here. I'm going to send you a framed canvas print of your choice of my artwork from this channel over here. If you are the first person to notice that I'm wearing a Michael Jackson jacket, put your name and email address in the comments. First comment gets a frame print.
Around on its own?
No.
Okay.
Do you see what we're getting?
No, I get it. Yeah, I too.
And not only is it your phone, it's your county phone.
Yeah, both my phones. Because they're in a truck with me.
You get it, right?
Yeah, I understand. But it was in the truck with me. I never even got out of my truck.
Well, you know, we're going to go ahead with what we have. We can probably sit here and talk all day, all night, but I don't think it's going to get us anywhere. Unfortunately, you have nothing to say that we can do this, and we still have more work to do. There's no doubt in my mind that we're going to find DNA where we need to find it. Somebody broke into your truck, stole your gun and your wallet.
My wallet was just lost. I found that at the house.
Yeah, you probably realize how much of a hassle it would be to get new stuff, but...
Did you call us back and let us know?
Yes.
So there's a supplement report that says you called back.
Should be. I remember calling the detective 1000 number. I think, is it 1000?
Did you call the officer and tell him to do a report that it was located?
No, I didn't even have the card. No.
Why
So
not?
you report your gun stolen and didn't even get a card?
He gave me a case card. I don't remember what it was when I found my wallet.
So wait a minute. You're a cop. You know what it's like to take reports every day.
Yes, but
you know how important it is when a piece of evidence is found that it's not a crime for it to be, it's no longer a crime.
I called back. I called the detective number.
And what did you say? I
told him, I said, hey, I had an internet report done. I found my wallet. You take that off the report. I don't remember if they called me back or who called me back, but I called. I remember I was pulling out my complex, taking the left, and I called that number.
So you remember that specific of a detail? That you were leaving your apartment complex while you were calling, taking a left.
I remember that.
You cannot remember being in the woods with Susana's body and dropping your gun.
I was not in the woods with Susana's body.
Why was your gun being stolen, like, of so little importance to you?
I have a lot of guns.
So
I wanted to report it.
So, Mr. Cop over here, I have a lot of guns, so I don't care that one stolen in Gwinnett. And we don't care if that gun's used to kill a cop over here in Gwinnett.
Obviously, I care. You didn't let me finish.
You didn't care. You told us you didn't even want a detective. You didn't even want a detective assigned to your case. You told the officer, you don't even have to investigate this. Because if we investigate it, we're going to find it, and it's going to be near a dead body that you killed. No. You can say no, I don't hear that word from you no more. You just keep going on and on and on. And the stuff you're saying, I don't respect you as a cop. Okay, I don't respect you as a person anymore because the shit.
That is not the position you want to be in as a police officer, sitting across the table from a police detective sergeant saying, I don't believe you. I think you're a liar. I don't respect you anymore. And everything that you're saying is crazy. Yeah, I don't think Miles woke up this morning thinking this is how his day was going to turn out.
What you're saying is crazy and it makes zero sense. Okay, you may say no all you want, but everything lines up with you doing this. You don't care if anybody finds your gun. You know why? Because it's next to a dead body. I'm sorry. If a gun of mine was stolen, I would be calling the officers. I would want to know who stole this gun.
Yes.
You didn't care.
Because I feel like you reported it stolen and you're trying to set up.
So, if you guys, you true crime guys know this, but this is fairly common. Stephanie Lazarus, she reported her gun stolen either shortly before or shortly after she used it to kill her ex-boyfriend's wife. Those of you familiar with what's her name? The girl in California that killed the guy in Arizona. Her name's failing me right now. Anyway, she stole her grandmother's gun and somehow made sure that it was reported stolen a long time before she used the gun to commit that murder. So it's bad stupid criminal 101 to report the gun stolen within days or even weeks of the crime being committed. It's just a fairly obvious thing.
Alibi for your gun.
No, it's not why. I'm trying to find you as a suspect.
Jodi Arias is the girl in California. That gun was reported stolen by her grandmother and then used to kill. Jodi used it to kill Travis in Arizona.
You're
not painting yourself.
We're not painting you. We're just trying to understand. The stuff that you're saying makes you look even worse. As we talk to you, you keep telling us stuff. It makes you look worse. You're telling us you're not a suspect, but you are. And everything you say makes you look worse as a cop.
I know, sure as hell a SWAT cop wouldn't do this. But here we are. And I hold SWAT even on a higher tier.
I did not do this.
It's disgusting.
I mean, we're frustrated with your comments, to be honest with you. Because we can just read your body language and know you did this. But you're going to hold it to yourself and keep it in there. That's fine. We have the evidence we need. I mean, I was just hoping to give that family some closure.
I did not do this.
You can say that over and over.
Hoping you were going to be a man and own up to whatever you did. But instead you can sit there and be disgusting. Not a cop. You don't represent this badge. At all. Or this country.
Yes, I do.
Unfortunately, there's nothing else we can do for you. I mean, you've pretty much confirmed all the evidence we have. Just by saying, I don't know. you can be a man, and when you go to your trial, you can get up on the stand and tell the jury, no, it wasn't me. No, wasn't my gun in the woods. Wasn't my phone in the woods. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, if you could look these people, if you could look her parents in the eyes and say you didn't kill their daughter, then have at it. If you can live that, you say you're a military guy, you're a cop, and you can live with that, then so be it. Something went wrong that night, and you want to hold that in?
I did not.
Honor, integrity, sacrifice. You're none of those.
Unless you could provide us with.
So what the detective at the bottom is trying to do, but he's not doing a good job of it, is reminding him that he's a military man, he's a police officer, he's an American citizen, and, the honor, integrity, and sacrifice. He should be framing it as, hey, these are the things that you swore to be when you decided to be in the Army, when you decided to be a police officer. And if you believe in those things, Miles, tell us what happened, because that's in line with those morals and those values that you say that you have. But instead, he's twisting it around, and he's kind of veering into the man slap me MFer detective from the Tim Reed video, where he's saying, here's these things, but you're none of those. You're not an American. You're not and you're just getting into insulting and debasing and degrading language now that's just not going to get you anywhere, and just comes off as frustration and anger, and it's not advancing this interrogation.
That thing that's going to say it's not you, but you haven't done that.
What do y'all want? I'll tell you everything I got.
Okay. All right, man.
But I get it. I'm not being critical here. I get it. They've been with this dude for 2.5 hours. He's still stuck with the same BS line the whole way. And, cops are emotional. Detectives are emotional. They're invested in this case. They're looking for justice for the 16-year-old girl. And they're venting a little bit of anger and frustration at him. So I get it. I get it. It's hard to hold that in. And, when they know they're at the tail end of it anyway, that's just when you let that stuff fly, because that's just closing words. That's like mic drop stuff and walk out, which is what they did. It's fine.
Keep me charged. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Come on, man.
Hey, Miles, go ahead and stand up for me. Face him out.
Oh, outwards.
Didn't mean to. Still got some room in there?
Yes.
Now, we talked about this before. No guns in the interrogation room. All three of them had their guns on. Well, I'm assuming the third person with the brown shoes does, but the guy in the red shirt definitely does. His arms are coming up right now, but I just caught a glimpse of it, and he's got his magazines in his belt and everything, and you can see the gun on the right hip of the detective in the blue at the bottom. When you're effecting an arrest on somebody, whether it's in an interrogation room, an open field, a gymnasium, on the surface of the moon, you're going in armed in case it goes south and he starts to fight. So the second these guys walked in with their guns on, I'm sure Miles saw that, and he knew what the score was.
Just a little bit. All right.
There you go.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, and the rest is them just taking potato chip bags out of his pockets and walking him out of the room. There's nothing more to that. I hope you guys like that one. Sorry I had to break this one up into 2 videos. It just got out of hand. There was so much to talk about. It's a long one anyway. It's 2.5 hours, and then I added the half hour of opening statements, and then there was another half hour, however long the body cam video was. It just got out of hand, and I don't think you guys want a 6-hour video. So I broke it up into 2 parts. Let me know if you like that format. If there's a really, really long one, if you like it broken up, or if you'd rather just have a 5 or 6 hour video, that's great. I think we're going to do a short one. I'm going to find a short one next, because when I do these big ones, I like to come back with a short one. Don't forget, please like, subscribe, share, do all the stuff that boosts the algorithm. I've noticed that it's snowballed. I mean, in the first 2 weeks, we were at a certain level, and it like tripled. The subscriptions tripled, the views tripled, the hours watched and everything tripled over the second 2 weeks. So there's definitely a snowball effect. So if everybody can like, subscribe, share more, and it goes up exponentially, and that's great. I'd love for this to be like a real, I mean, it is a real channel, but I'd like it to be like a real, like, full-time channel where once a week on a certain day, you guys can expect a video from me, and everybody looks forward to it and shares it, and it's just part of your daily routine. I've got some YouTubers that I watch. There's this guy, it's called Pole Barn Garage. There's another one called Vice Grip Garage. I'm really into cars. These guys put out a video every Friday religiously, like clockwork. It's like watching a regular TV show that, was on ABC or something that comes on every Friday at 6 o'clock. And I love that. Let me know if you guys would like a regular time and date for me to drop a video that you can tune in that's best for you. Put it in the comments below. I need to know stuff like that. Otherwise, I'm just freewheeling doing my thing here. So thanks a lot, guys. We'll check you out next time.